How are you? Welcome. Hit subscribe. Don't miss out. You gotta hit subscribe. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Join us. I bring you news. I bring you commentary from a working class perspective. You know, all the people that pretended to vote because they cared about gas prices, and now gas is going to be, I don't know, 12, 13 bucks a gallon. Well, here we tell you maybe not focus so much on gas prices, because either way, the billionaires are just going to cash in. But let's focus on things that matter to your daily lives, like healthcare, time off, what you're paid, all that stuff. That's important stuff. And I'm fighting for you and trying to educate people because there's only one war happening right now. There's only one. I know. You're like, well, what about Venezuela? What about Iran? What about this? Listen, there's one war. It's a class war. Bunk bed coffin. Tired of being tired. Here he is. How are ya? Hit subscribe. Boom, boom, ba-da-do. What's up, Pasha? This is a good one by Bunk Bed, right? I like it. Where are you stopping in from? If you're new here, what part of the world? How's life going? Do you have health care? Waking up, tired of worries. When I'll be buried, when will my mind just shut it off? So damn tired, being tired of every little thing that comes my way. So damn tired, being tired of every little thing. And we're going to talk about what happened in New York outside of Mamdani's mayor's mansion. If you don't subscribe to Professional Douche and, I forget his name, the other leftist activist, they were right there. Oh my God, I forget his name. I'll find his name. I'm going to show you some photos in 1 second. How's the Dow? How's the Dow? Ooh, it is not at 50,000. Thank you, R Units. Curtis, good to see you. Good morning, my guy. How are ya? I don't feel too much here anymore. Tired of making no sense to no one. I cannot take it anymore. So damn tired, being tired of every little thing that comes my way. So damn tired, being tired of every little thing that comes my way. So damn tired, being tired of every little thing that comes my way. So damn tired, being tired of every little thing that comes my way, comes my way. Uh-oh, what's going on? What's going on in the comments, man? That was Bunk Bed Coffin. Bunk Bed Coffin. With Tired of Being Tired. All right, we'll get to some news and stuff. I can't find this guy's name. It's skipping me. Howard something. Let me show you. You probably could identify him because he's like big in the sphere of okay, so we're gonna talk about this. Professional douche right there, another masshole, was out with Jester Lang or whatever this nerd's name is, Justin Lang. Don't call him Jake, that's not his full name. Jason or Justin, whatever his real name is, this Nazi. How can you be a Nazi in America and not be a communist? You know what I mean? Like, how did they legalize Nazism? Jesus. We didn't even fight a war against communists, man. But here, what's this dude's name? Walter Masterson. Why did I want to call him Howard? Howard Masterson. Walter. So look at that shot. That's insane. And if you've seen, he was just saying, shut the fuck up. Okay. What's up from Wisconsin? I'm on time. Out too, I guess. Calling someone else a communist? Curtis, you ain't got to delete that. If they're listen, if they're making fun of me, please leave them in the chat. Let them be in the chat. We either got to make an example of them or have some dialogue with them. Walter is one of the best. From the Bay Area. What's up, Bay Area? The second home to Tupac Shakur. Birth of the digital underground and a lot of amazing hip hop. Much respect to the Bay Area. Plus, I've heard it's beautiful. Good to have you check in, Stephen. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. So as long as there's no slurs, homophobia, racism, misogyny, transphobia, just that bigoted stuff. But if they're making fun of me, let them be. Let them be. Let them be. If they prove their brain is broken, mods, then get them the fuck here. But let them talk some trash. That's okay. It's their one little joy in life. You know what I mean? You got to understand. Like, they have one joy going on and being like, check your gas prices. Oh, wait. Check the Dow. Check. Why don't you shut up, nerd? That's the one thing they get some fill in their, I don't even know what you call it, because they don't experience happiness like anyone else. They like suffering. So they enjoy other people's suffering. And so just let them, let these other people see who it is. Ann Arbor, Michigan in the house. Cool. Birth of thrash music. I did not know that. Thank you, Vince. Now we all know birth of thrash music. We will have to double check that, Vince, but hold on. Let me play some music while I check where thrash music was born. Where was thrash music birthed? Ah, shit. Oh, he's right. Oh my God. All right, thrash metal was primarily birthed in the 80s within the United States. San Francisco Bay Area. Thank you, Vince. Vince, look at that. Why did I ever doubt a man named Vince? Well, because there is a Vince McMahon who is a plastic saran wrap looking motherfucker. But, Vince, my apologies. I didn't mean to doubt you, man. The Bay Area was the main epicenter in Los Angeles, serving as critical breeding ground for its foundational bands. The hardcore punk energy. Excellent. So now we've learned where thrash music was birthed. San Francisco Bay. We can maybe get into some news. Everything started in the Bay. Hey, buddy, not the American Revolution, all right? Because that's an unwritten history I did not know about. I would like to see your theory on how, at this point, if everybody's just a Joe Rogan flat earther, you could just say, oh, God damn this cat. Oh, my God. At this point, you could just start theories on anything. And I mean, if there's no rules or law and order, why not? Just start a theory. I believe the American Revolution actually started in San Francisco. Long before San Francisco was incorporated. That's funny. Oh my God, this cat, listen, I love you. Go take a nap. Go take a nap, kitty. Please. Tracy from daycare. Where my child support? Oh, you wish. The sad thing about Tracy from daycare is she's some white dude from Oklahoma who's pretending to be a woman online all day, which is just funny in itself, you know? He stole someone's MySpace photo and is on here pretending he's going into all the live streams saying, "Hey, where's my alimony, man? Where's my child support?" Tracy from from daycare is actually Norman from fucking, I don't even know any cities in Oklahoma, who goes on and tries to catfish men into being like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, that girl I've never heard of." Like, bud, what are you thinking, man? Get a better grift. Get a better one. Busted, Tracy. Busted. No, that's not transphobic, okay? If you said, "I'm Tracy, who used to be a dude from daycare," then that's one thing. But you coming in here pretending to be a woman and asking for child support is just hilarious on its own, man. Hilarious on its own, because you understand, we know how the internet works, and the simple grift that you've got going is really a pathetic one. Come up with something more creative, Tracy. I'm a whole woman. Oh, I bet you're a whole woman. I bet it don't look like that photo either. I bet you a whole lot of woman. Like, need a fucking crane to lift you out the house and put you in a goddamn piano case when you pass away kind of woman. So listen, Tracy, if you're going to come in here to my live when we're going to comment on some news and we're just chilling while people stroll in, just get a better grift. If you're going to catfish people, do it a little bit better. We want to see something clever. I don't want to see something from 2009 goddamn MTV. Come on, Tracy. We all watched that movie, subsequently turning into, was it a series on MTV? I don't know. I saw the movie and then they were like, "Hey, let's give that guy a show and see if he could do it to other people." Or I don't know what happened. God, our fucking culture is so pathetic. And to think it keeps us from fighting a class war is really sad, hilarious. Okay. Oh no, now I've confused Tracy. Tracy, stick around. You might learn something, sweetheart. You might learn something. Um, I miss MTV. Oh, they shut off, what was it? The MTV that played all the music videos. They shut that channel off. I reported on that. Was that last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. Every day seems like a decade, and every decade seems like a day. But do you know who's purchasing MTV? Donald Trump's good friend, Larry Ellison. He's trying to purchase. Well, he wants the CNN to turn that into a Fox News. But in that package deal, he gets MTV, and I'm sure you'll get all your Trump television. The MTV. They'll bring back, what's his name, Kurt Loder. They'll bring back Kurt Loder just to do an MTV News where they're like, "Oh, I got to get the MTV News sound reel. You give me 1 second, you sweet, sweet human. Hold on. MTV News." All right, for all my 90s kids, you ready for this? It's going to bring back... Oh, no. I hope this is it. How long is this? Oh, is this going to get... No. This isn't. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's kind of it. Hold on. This is Kurt Loder reporting on Donald Trump not being exonerated from the Epstein files. Well, I want the whole intro. Don't do it, Sonia Saul. You must have been 1992. Are you kidding me? I don't remember you. That's some bad audio. Anyways. Yeah, Larry Ellison is purchasing, what's it called? MTV. So get ready to, they're not going to do Teen Mom. They're going to do, yo, when the Epstein class purchases MTV, which, Larry Ellison and his son Fart, I refuse to call him anything else. That's his name. I believe that's his government name. Prove it to me. Show me the birth certificate. Here's the thing we're going to start doing on the left. We're going to just start taking everything that these far-right twatsies started doing, and we're going to throw it back in their face. So we're going to create our own reality. Like Larry Ellison's son's name is Fart, and until he shows me his birth certificate, I'm just calling him Fart. Remember when you birthers did that? So that's what I'm doing. I'm flipping it all on its head. It's going to be much fun. It's going to be hilarious. And it's a touch of satire in these dark and trying times. But instead, when Larry Ellison purchases whatever you know, the other the other one media thing that isn't owned by a billionaire, no, it was. He's just buying it from other billionaires. Instead of Teen Mom, MTV is now going to do Preteen Mom, featuring Jeff Epstein and Donald Trump. It's going to be Preteen Mom on an island. Island Preteen Mom. That's what MTV is going to release once Ellison gets in charge. Don't worry, it's all going to be international waters, folks. That's the guy that's in charge of everything right now. He did in the real life version of Preteen Mom on fucking on an island. Oh, you people have voted for this. Absolute disgusting. This beat by Midnight Beat Ride. Midnight Ride Beats. All right, Midnight Ride Beats right here. I gotta put this in the description. I didn't know I was gonna use 14 and pregnant on an island. It's sad because it's true. Hold on. This is how. Hold on. If you've been here since Tracy got in here, this is why I say mods. Don't mute people like Tracy from daycare. This is so funny. God loves the world so much that he gave his only son a deadbeat father and no school shoes. Tracy, we won you over. Now Tracy's cracking jokes. First, Tracy was in here claiming I owed her. I don't even know what the joke was. It was an old school 2009 catfish grift Tracy was running. And now look, we've won Tracy over. Steve, don't be a dip. Who's being a dip? Cray cray. No, I did not paint that art. That is a friend of mine. Oh, we're gonna go into this. This got shot down, thank God, because you don't want a racist on your plate, you know? You do not want the guy who lost the gun debate by a long shot on your plate, Arizona. You just don't. We're gonna get into it. No, I did not. I didn't paint that art. But we got some news to get to. Some news. Oh yeah, you see, there's professional douche. He's releasing a video soon. I don't think it's come out. I've checked. But if you're follow professional douche right here, you'll see all of this stuff. He was there in New York when these nut jobs threw that device in front of Mamdami's house. Which, why? Like, this is the thing. I understand. All right. I shouldn't ask why. We understand that there's a lot of phobias happening. That the whole cult of MAGA is based around a phobia of everything threatening them. They're the victims. They have to perpetually be the victims. I'll play some audio of Donald Trump. He's always the victim. But if you know anything about what Mamdani's doing, he's doing an amazing thing for the people with their tax dollars, for the people who need it the most, you know? So he is the champion of the peoples. And if you're going to say anything other then maybe you're not criticizing him for, what was it? Maybe you're not criticizing him for the right stuff, you know? If you're just scared because he's a different religion than you, then fuck man, you got a lot of work on yourself to do. But if you're criticizing him because maybe he's not far enough left, he's not socialist enough, then let's have some dialogue. So yeah, get into that. All right, I want to talk about this real quick. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't know if you've seen this. I'm not gonna play the video that the White House released about war. I'm just not going to. But I wanted to make an example of this because the dude who did the voice for Halo, I believe Ben Stiller, came out and talked about, was it Tropic Thunder? I don't know. I've never seen that movie. But they've all been coming out saying like, hey man, the government didn't allow, didn't ask to use this. They're just kind of taking our creative property and fitting it to a message that they want the American public to believe has the authority of Halo and Tropic Thunder. And there was a bunch of other stuff. Hold on, there's a whole article on it. Here we go. No. That's not the article. That's not the article. Here's the article. Sorry. We're going to get into the Epstein stuff. Oh, don't you worry, because it's no longer like allegations. It's like waiting for charges. And I'm just saying, who's going to be the hero? There will be one hero cop. Any motherfucker that arrests Donald Trump. You know, I don't give a which cop it is. Just arrest them because we have enough evidence. At this point, we have enough evidence. We just need him under arrest and then let the investigation take place. No bail because he's clearly a danger to anyone under the age of 14. Come on, kitty cat. Come on, kitty cat. What are you doing? I have some things I have to do, kitty cat. Kitty cat. Meow. Meow. And this is from Euronews too. I want to read some of this. Give me 1 second. My God, this kitty cat. This kitty cat. Here, we'll play. Oh, don't step on the... No, you're not going to chase the mouse. Okay? Please. Please don't chase this mouse. Please. Not like a real mouse, like the mouse on the keyboard. Hold on. Come here. Please. Come on. Can you go over here? What if I let you go in there? You want to go turn the sink on or something? Oh my God. Stay. Stay, cat, stay. Sorry. What's up, Raygun? Salt. Love you. Steve, he ate nachos during a blue moon. What? I got to address Thomas. Thomas, here's the thing. When you say it's funny, the same party who defee criminals and sexy offenders are the same ones crying about it. Thomas, here's where you're a fucking idiot. I'm a leftist. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not an independent. I'm a leftist. I'm the radical woke left, the new woke order that Donald Trump warned you about. I'm the people that you're scared of, that I will come from under your bed at night and give you free healthcare, paid for by billionaires' taxes. So Thomas, I know you're new here and you're just perusing the internet to troll and go, oh, look at these babies. Now they want to defend the kids. It's like, here's the thing, Thomas, you've never had a spine. Your whole thing wasn't about defending children. It was about hoping that Bill Clinton was the only one in the files. So you could go after them and be like, this is a political divide. See, us Republicans are always on the right side of nothing besides calling yourselves right. So Thomas, I really want you to understand something, buddy, because we know that you're on the internet. So if you do a simple Google search about Donald Trump's spiritual advisor that was just arrested for some heinous crimes, or any of the J6ers or any of the other people that have been pardoned and then rearrested, if you just look up some of their crimes, buddy, if you just look up some of their crimes, your party was never about protecting children. It was about the guise of those are the bad guys and we're the victims and we really need to save the kids. But at all, was it never serious for you? So Thomas, here's the thing. When you come into my chat, just understand, that's offensive when you call me a Democrat, buddy. It's very offensive to me. Because I'm not a status quoer. I'm for a new woke world order. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Let me give a rundown here. I need to give a rundown to some people because maybe they're new, okay? And if you're new here, hold on, we're gonna go over this propaganda smut in a second that Thomas clearly fell for. But if you're new here, there are some rules. In the chat, you know, no racism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, bigotry, xenophobia, any of that stuff. If you are seriously doing that, we just can boot you, okay? That's just an easy one. If you were at a Nirvana show in 1993 and Kurt Cobain has to stop the show because you were groping somebody inappropriately and kick you out and then everybody would jeer against you, then, you know, you don't belong in my chat. It's very clear. I'm not here to make friends with the Twatsies. I'm here to set the record straight that we've been invaded and overrun by them. But the other thing, really, the other thing that you have to know is I'm not a political commentator. I'm outside this whole system, man. I don't believe in it. I don't trust in it. In fact, my favorite fucking quote is when institutions fail, you don't reform them. You don't build back better. You replace them. This institution has failed. And if Thomas is, I don't want to call him intelligent enough, but if Thomas can come in here commenting that, oh, the party that used to defend all these perverts is now crying about it, Thomas, that means that there are two brain cells smashing together, working overtime, like a couple, at a swingers party, just hoping to go right the fuck at it, buddy. That's what, you guys are the happy-go-lucky couple that just got there, doesn't want to waste any time. And those two little tiny brain cells that are probably overweight and fucking diabetic are really working. But I need you to understand something, Thomas, is that I believe in nothing that you believe in, buddy. I believe in a $66 minimum wage. Minimum. That's the floor. I believe in a maximum wage, meaning that $1 billion? I don't think so, homie. Billionaires. Those don't exist anymore. And if they don't want to play ball, then we exile them and seize their taxes. Anything over $999 million taxed at 100%, so the people can have some benefits. We put in a good welfare state, a good one, run by the people and for the people. Don't worry, no politicians over the age of 55. And don't worry, there will be no politicians worth $4 billion gazillion dollars like Nancy Pelosi and Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're going to rehaul this whole system. So while you fight, Thomas, to keep this fucking system at just the bare subsistence level of white guy in Kentucky still safe, I'm here to say, fuck the whole system. It's all garbage. It's run by perverts. We're going to get into that news. But more importantly, it was never run to help or protect you. You're like the fucking poor white guy during the pre-Civil War era where you're like, I ain't got it that bad. I just work on this farm for a fucking nickel all day. I could be here for free. It's almost pathetic at what you fucking choose to, indulge in when there are people around this world living a life, guaranteed parental leave by their government, guaranteed sick time, guaranteed, here's the bottom line. They're not fucking calling Uber instead of an ambulance, buddy. That's a strictly American thing. So. Yeah, the other tings. Qatari jet named Emoluments 1. Wait, someone called us libtards? No, somebody. I'm gonna need to go cry. Hey, he assumed we were Democrats. I don't think he could type it because the spelling is complicated on that one for Thomas. But homie's about to get this channel nuked for speaking truth. OG author. Listen, here's the thing. If you found me, you've glitched the matrix. I've been on a shadow ban for, I don't know, since my inception. I'm pretty sure every website I go to, every goddamn social media, which I've deleted a bunch of them, but I'm on like 2, shadow bans me. So if you found me, consider yourself goddamn cat. This fucking cat. Buddy, you got to stop sitting on the keyboard. You got to stop being all over me. You got to give me a break, man. I'm new and you were listed in my live feed. That's good to hear. I might be off my shadow ban. Thank you, Bugs and Stuff. Do you run a Bugs and Stuff channel? That sounds cool. I'm rocking with what you're saying, Grouchy Guy number 1. That's why you're number 1, man. We don't want to hear from Grouchy Guy number 2. We certainly don't. I ran into your stream randomly a lot. I don't know how shadow banned on YouTube you are. That is good to hear. That is good to hear. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. So maybe my what day is it? Maybe my 5-day. I think it was last week. Maybe my 5-day is done. I've served my time. But listen, this is a message that, let's just say the oligarch gods, the peed oligarchy is which I've started calling it. It as the Epstein class, the people who run all our algorithms to feed you stuff that's just enough to keep you content, but make you a little bit angry to think, oh, maybe we should vote in the midterms. Yeah, because voting for Democrats is totally going to put all these criminals in prison. Right, right, right. The other cohorts in all of this are going to put them in prison. That's like when the police are like, "Don't worry, guys, we're investigating ourselves, and we'll totally, find justice for you." This is the most crooked system that you've ever seen. You know what I would like? I would like outside independent Europeans who believe that, all the stuff in the Epstein files is as heinous as it sounds. I would like them to conduct an investigation. What could we call it? Isn't there a place, The Hague? Isn't there a place called The Hague? I think that's what we should do. I don't think America can be trusted to look into America, if you know what I'm saying. It's just like when you vote for all blue. Right now, we have all red. We have all twatsies in charge. They're criminals. They're stealing your money, spending over $1 billion a day, going to war for Israel. It's a fucking joke. But more importantly, like, if you vote all blue, you're getting diet Republicans. You're getting conservative light. They're still the Epstein class. I mean, I would say Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna, Mamdani, and I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I don't know. At this point, I'm like, unless some new kids, some young 21-year-olds get into political power because they understand how fucked it is, then we're really, really doomed. But if you vote all blue, here's the thing. They're not going to turn around and be like, "Hey guys, thanks for putting us in power. We're going to executive order universal health care." You think they're going to wield power like the fucking sword Donald Trump has? They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. Cat, what are you doing, man? I don't know what you're doing, but you're being very creepy. I don't know if you're gonna jump on me or what. Don't worry, that's Comrade Cat, everybody. Comrade Cat, okay? The cat's back. Yes, Vince. Listen, here's the thing. Until Gorb, in the name of Gorb, what is going on? It's a uniparty. There is no choice. Thank you, Moang. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to sum up. We're gonna get to some news, but I just need to lay down. I need about a half hour to make people understand. If you call me a Democrat, that's gonna be very offensive to me. I need a safe space from Democrats because they've helped usher in this age of fascism. You understand what I'm saying? Does anybody understand me? Does anybody, please? I feel so alone. Tell me not alone. Tell me I'm not alone. You understand that the greatest thing Donald Trump did was expose the Democrats, not as perverts, okay? Donald Trump exposed himself many times in the Epstein files. We're going to get into it. But he exposed them for the frauds they are, telling us, "Oh, this little incremental change will happen. We just need more power." It's like, no, you don't. You need more power so you can regulate the industries that your stock trading is based on, so you can grift our money, our tax money, to foreign wars, so you can take APAC money. It's all bullshit, man. If a Democrat doesn't come into power and just start executiving, ordering everything, they're like universal basic income, executive order, because that's just a presidential memo. It's not law. But apparently when Donald Trump does it, it just magically becomes law and everyone has to abide by it. It's a fucking joke. You understand this, right? It is a literal joke on the American people that the president just signs a sheet of paper and all of a sudden that's what it is. Like, where the fuck are you crazy enough to believe that shit? But if everybody in America is that batshit crazy, right, that they're like, "Oh, it's a presidential memo, you have to do it," then Democrats take from that and be like, universal basic income, fucking 5 years paternity leave paid for. Don't worry. Here, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, we want your money, you stupid fucking idiot who makes 50 grand a year." No, I want the trillionaire's money. There's gonna be a trillionaire, an illegal immigrant from South Africa. The only dude you can tell to go back to Africa, Elon Musk, is the only one that's legal for it. That's the other memo we're gonna do. Only allowed to say to the Musk family, "Go back to Africa." Everybody else, you go to fucking jail for 5 days. So this is the new woke order I'm trying to explain. But we're going to pay for all this stuff with the trillionaire, the billionaire, the quintillaires, the cuntillaires money. Is that the next? I think quatorze is 4, so it's cuntillaire. I believe that's, YouTube, that's not a bad word. That's just what comes after trillionaire, a cuntillaire, okay? And I don't believe mathematicians have even counted that high yet. I've watched Good Will Hunting like 40 times and he never got there. So I'm pretty sure after trill, it's cunt. Elon Musk will be the first cuntillaire. So can somebody tell me to go back to Germany so I could take a vacation in a better country, right? Um, you've you've got to understand U.S. politics to be peaceful. Sorry. Um, they have government healthcare in Israel, and U.S. taxpayers pay for it. Yep. Yep, your tax money is going to fund other people. And remember when MAGA was maggots? Sorry. And that's the funny thing. We're going to get into news. But, we're just rapping. Shy Pixie, what's up? Ellisons and Teal can go back too. Are the Ellisons from Africa? I know Peter Thiel is from South Africa. So yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Correction. Oh, and I have another correction from Friday. I have to get to this because I was wrong. Well, actually, somebody told me this, and I just went along with it. Silly. Should have looked it up. You never do that. Double check shit, folks. Don't be a Joe Rogan. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm making myself laugh, and I shouldn't be doing that. But whenever I think of old slow Rogan, listen, if somebody tells you something and they say it very confidently to make you believe it, double check that shit. Don't be a Joe Rogan. That's the other thing we bring. Us leftists believe in public service announcements for the betterment of our citizenry. We need to smarten these people up. They keep talking about, oh, we're sending money like U.S. aid to save lives, but then they don't care that we're like fully funding universal health care in other countries. Like, what the fuck? Make sense, MAGA. That's all I'm praying for. All right, listen. I played Liz Oyer, the lawyer, one of the greatest names ever. Her parents were fucking very smart people. They were like, she'll be a lawyer. What should we call her? Liz Oyer. That's right, because they chose her last name, I'm guessing, in my hypothetical. Liz Oyer, last week, I was playing some audio for you of her because she was explaining that the AG, Pam Blondy, and Todd Blanche, which both worked with Donald Trump in Florida, Pam Blondy made, if you don't know this, well, Pam Blondy was the AG in Florida. Not only did she probably help cover up some Epstein stuff down there. I mean, she's known about it for a long ass time. You ain't living on the east coast of Florida and not hearing about Epstein. I'm sorry, that ain't happening. And especially when you're a political elite like Pam Blondy was. But Pam Blondy helped make Donald Trump's New York University, Trump University fraud case disappear in Florida. He lost it in New York. He cannot run a charity in New York, or a university or a charity. The guy can't fucking run shit in the States. I mean, he can't even run a casino in New Jersey. But anyway, so I was playing Liz Oyer talking about how Todd Blanche, who is Donald Trump's criminal lawyer, lost in court 34 felonies Donald Trump got. But, that guy failed right upwards. So now he's Pam Blondy's secretary, I'm guessing. I don't know. Not very macho, Todd. Let's just say that. You're Pam Blondy's secretary. But, Cat, come on. But Liz Oyer last week in the video I played for you, which I think is linked if you want to watch it. Last week's video, it's linked. She was saying that right now they're trying to get rid of the laws that keep lawyers at that high level to the code of ethics. So if it comes out that they were lying about stuff, they cannot be disbarred, have an investigation from the state that, certified them as a lawyer. And that's what they're trying to do right now. Again, they're trying to make crime legal. Not for you. They're not trying to say, hey, if poor people can't pay their taxes, they get forgiven. They're not doing that. They're making crime legal for the highest echelon of the police in our country, the Attorney General and her secretary bitch, Todd Blanche. Todd Blanche, you're a bitch. And when we were talking about Liz Oyer, I was like, oh, she was fired. And somebody in the chat said, Sizzle Moonsong, what's up? Good to see you, man. Hold on, let me mod you up. You're back. So I want to play this audio of Liz Oyer, Sizzle Moonsong. If you chat again, you should be modded up. Your language setting is not set to understandable. Oh my God, that's so funny. And by the way, now that we got a few mods in here, let me just say, if it's homophobic, transphobic, racist, bigoted, misogynistic, Get rid of them. If they're making fun of me or just not making sense, just leave them. If they have a broken brain and they start spamming the chat, then get rid of them. But if they're just being morons, sometimes it's fodder for entertainment. So just let the morons dance for a little bit. You know, this is like their moment to shine, you know. They don't have much. They can't brag about gas prices anymore. The Dow's under 50,000. Let's give them a little freedom in the chat. Not to be hateful, but, you know, to prove how stupid they are. Who did the art? My buddy. Most of the art I have is not art that you could go and find. That's the other thing I need to clarify. When you jump into the chat and you go, oh, cool art, it's not something you're going to be able to buy. Most of the art in my house is homemade, friend-made, local artists. It's usually not mass reproduction. I do have two pieces. One is of Harriet Tubman's Underground Railroad by Paul Collins, if you want to look it up. And the other is John Brown, his last something, by Thomas Hoveden, who is an Irish painter from a billion years ago. I don't know. So that's that. You took art in school? Oh, cool. Keep with it, Vince. Here's the other thing us leftists like to do. Us leftists like to tell everybody, create some art during the day, man. Take 10 minutes for yourself and just do little stick figures. Or just write a haiku. Doesn't it go 575? I forget what a haiku goes. You know, but just use some of that brain power for creative outlet. Fuck your 9 to 5 or your 6 to 11 or your whatever the fuck you're doing, and just take some time for you, okay? That's really why Donald Trump warns everybody of the radical new woke order, which I am part of. I hope to someday serve as your Lord General. Where I guarantee healthcare for all. And we have mandatory, you know how Spain has siestas? We have mandatory art time like it was goddamn kindergarten. I don't care if you're finger painting, man. Take some time out, check your brain away from that grind. This grind set, 24-hour grind culture is poison. It's toxic. It's created wastes of space that they're all bragging about how much they stay away from their family and friends and work to not even fucking buy a house, maybe just so they can afford egg once a month. But it's poisonous. You know what's remembered? Books, art, fucking songs. Nobody remembers that you worked 7 days a week, and nobody's putting on your headstone either. So that's another lesson from us leftists, okay? It's vital that you do this today. It is vital, Vince, that you rekindle that school art flame and just draw something. Draw anything, man. What are you good at drawing? What are you bad at drawing? Draw what you're bad at, you know? And then do it again tomorrow and see where you are in a year. That's what I really, you know. That's why I want UBI, so everybody can just do what they want. Oh, fuck you think the billionaires are doing, by the way? Oh, do you think they're at work right now? Give me a break. Go on Twitter. Elon Musk is probably tweeting some white genocide thing. You know what I mean? They're pathetic. They go to work all the time and they try to convince you to be at work all the time because nobody fucking likes them. You understand that? The billionaires aren't well liked. They're not. They were all pleading with Jeff Epstein to go to his house. Like, they're a pathetic lot. Anyways, Liz Oyer, I have to circle back. Pinko Kami, thank you. Thank you, Gash Trey, or whatever your name is. Thank you. That's right. Jesus was a communist. He believed in a stateless, classless fucking society. That's what heaven is, you know. There's no anything in heaven. You're not going, hey, man, I got to save all this cash like the pharaohs, put some gold in my tomb. So when I get to heaven, I can bribe Jesus. Jesus was like, nah, man, it's perfect up there. There's no states. There's no classes. There's no fucking money. So, yeah, that's not an insult, you moron. Liz Oyer last week was explaining the Attorney General's top cop, Pam Bondi, worked with Trump in Florida, and Todd Blanche worked with Trump in his criminal trials. These people are all criminals. All of them criminals. And I said, oh, she got fired. And somebody in the comments said, no, she quit. She quit something. Like, I forget what they said. But if you see it on that, if you watch my last week's video, I just want to add, you know, I feel like an editor's note needing to add a citation where we were wrong. I took their word for it. I didn't look it up. They sounded very confident, and sometimes confident people can trick you. Donald Trump isn't confident. He's a grifter. He's mastered the art of what confidence looks like. And it apparently looks like a dementia patient rabbling. But Liz Oyer, I was right. She got fired. And she's going to tell her story real quick. So check out Liz. I eat gastrons for breakfast. What's up, Sunshine? How are you doing? How are you doing, Sunshine? How are you? How are you? So Liz Oyer explains, because again, I love Liz Oyer, man. She's not really my speed of revolutionary, but she's an important part of this. You know, she knew the inside of the system, and now she shows us from the outside of the system, which is vital. You know, don't discount anyone from the revolution. We all have a part to play in this. We all do. Whether it's cool flyers, maybe you come up with a song, maybe you play a fife and we bring fifing back like in the 1700s. I don't know. But we all have a role to play. This is a community effort. The only ones who will not be welcome are the Twatsies. You understand? Okay. So Liz Oyer is going to explain this for you.
Today is the 1-year anniversary of my firing from the Department of Justice. There have been a lot of ups and downs this year, and my family and I have been through some stressful and scary times, but we're okay, and I don't have any regrets. Many of you know why I was fired. I was told to sign off on restoring gun rights to a convicted domestic abuser who is also a friend of the president, the actor Mel Gibson.
You hear that? Oh. Who's that? Go get him. Go get him. Good girl. Okay, and the cats, you're gonna help the dog, really? Go try to help the dog. I love that. The dog, someone came to the door, the dog went, the cat got up and went, all right, you need some backup, buddy. You're gonna help the dog? All right, you can try. You could try. I don't think it's gonna be threatening. Somebody sees a cat at the door. Okay, so Liz Oyer, the lawyer, the former pardon attorney. Did you guys hear that? She was asked to sign off on restoring gun rights to a domestic abuser who is friends with the president, because that's how this all operates. You know, if you're loyal friends, if you do the propaganda for him, which we're going to get back into. Because I want to peel back the layers of, you know, the algorithm and just show you that this is just pure propaganda.
Family and I have been through some stressful and scary times, but we're okay, and I don't have any regrets. Many of you know why I was fired. I was told to sign off on restoring gun rights to a convicted domestic abuser who is also a friend of the president, the actor Mel Gibson. I refused, and the Deputy Attorney General fired me. I've been very outspoken about my firing, which has made the Deputy Attorney General angry and vindictive.
That's awesome. That's why I love her, because, you know, she could have been quiet. There's a lot of people quiet right now. They're scared, you know, like some of we're going to get into the Epstein survivors, who in one of the FBI reports said, what's the point? When they were like, come back in and talk to us. You know, we need to follow up on this. And she's like, what's the point? He's sitting in the Oval Office. What is the point? He has the authority of all of the regime at his fingertip that are willing to do whatever he wants. Like, what's the point? You know? And for the people who are going to be like, oh, justice or whatever, or you come forward, like, I just want you to think about the slop that happens when a woman does come forward. And that's what we're here to change in society, okay? So if you're for that, awesome. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to, you know, trash these women and no investigations into the men that, you know, have a long history of these kind of things, and if you don't believe me, that's okay. We'll just play, here's the Donald, what he used to be called. What a stupid fucking name. Talking about his own daughter.
She does have a very nice figure.
Oh, that's fucking gross. That's what that is.
I've said that if Ivanka were my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
That is even worse. You could have stopped that she had a nice figure, which is, again, much. I'm guessing he did inappropriate stuff with her, but that's just my guess. Who knows? There couldn't be like a whole Epstein trove of things accusing him of stuff like that. Could there be?
Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Oh, you dumb blonde. Oh, get ready, because your dad's about to perv out on you.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't.
Oh, fucking gross. What is wrong with this dude? What the fuck?
Happily married, and you know, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
That's a piece of ass.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what MAGA is like. Yeah, that's awesome. But I thought MAGA was like, hey man, don't talk about my daughter. Rah, 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 rah. You know, like their daughter was the one person that they were supposed to have some kind of respect for the female species for. But when it comes to Donald Trump absolutely bashing his daughter as just some piece of meat on Howard Stern, they cheer it on. Do you understand, you hypocrites?
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
Dude! 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 What the fuck? It's your president, not my president. You understand me?
It's unbelievable.
She's almost 6
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
Oh, that wasn't his daughter. That was a girl who was, I don't know, 8 or something. And he said he's going to be dating her in 10 years. Fucking loser. Dude, hey, men out there, there's a real mandemic happening. There's a real mandemic. Where's my audio for the mandemic? Yeah, there's a real mandemic happening. We're going to get to the like and subscribe. If you are in your right mind and not in a cult of intentionally intellectually impoverished and morally bankrupt and raised a homophobic wit, or an overall general asshat, thank you, truth. Thank you, Sizzle Moon. Flock, I worked in radio for a long time, man. I understand that Stern is a shock jock. Not everybody that goes on there is shocking. And you heard Donald Trump speaking to that. But even better than that, here's how I make your point moot, Flock, is the previous audio where Donald Trump was hitting on his daughter was on The View. They're not a shock jock. And then it was Wendy Williams, who you could say is like a gossip queen. But the point is the history for Donald Trump is there. And this is your narrow-mindedness. Leave that dude's comment. Let him stay. Please don't get rid of him, because this is the stuff we need to just show. Because here's the thing, Flock. Once I say this to you, you can't unhear it. So your little narrow defense of, well, Howard Stern's a shock jock and Donald Trump was just being a shock jock with him, doesn't work when you understand that he did it on every TV show. He went on all of them and was like, I'd be banging my daughter if she wasn't my daughter, you know? And if he's willing to say that on TV in front of a camera sitting next to his daughter, just imagine what's happening behind closed doors. Just imagine. So, Flock, now that I've infiltrated your brain with the woke mind virus, you will not be able to unhear that. That's just science. Ask Neil deGrasse Tyson, man. That's science. You can't unhear these things. So that's what I'm doing. I'm teaching you stuff. And you're going to run around. You're going to be banging your head against the wall like, I can't get it out. I heard something that made sense. I can't get it out. You know, it's going to be a tough day for you, buddy. And ibuprofen ain't going to help, okay? That's called getting a brain wrinkle. You're learning. You're learning. Good boy, Flock. Awesome. Dylan loves Posh. What's up? What's up? We're waiting impatiently for the handcuffs in public. Oh my God, Divine Diva. Are we not? Are we not? We are so waiting. I want to see that dude. Handcuffs. Handcuffs. Oh, you give him too much. Listen, if you've ever witnessed a large gathering, or when police are extra frothing to abuse the citizenry that they're supposed to serve and protect, you know they have a little thing called zip ties, the zip tie cuffs. I don't want to see Donald Trump handcuffed. That's like too posh, you know? I want to see that motherfucker zip tied. I want to see that criminal zip tied. That's what I want. I want to feel like those cops had a long day, ain't having it no more, and those and whoever it is, you know, one false move away from saying he's resisting. That's what I want. But here, real quick, this is at Therapy Jeff. We got to get into so much news, but I'm just having too much fun in the chat. So I want to, you know, make a point of Flock and the maggots, MAGATS, that come in here, because there's a certain mandemic happening. It's an incel alpha Joe Rogan mandemic. It's a Theo Vaughn, Andrew Scholes mandemic. Are you going to come up too? Really? Is everybody just coming to see me? Don't. You're going to knock everything over, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come sit. Come sit. Come sit. All right. You okay? I'm getting all the visitors today. What are you guys saying? Good night? You gonna go to sleep? Yeah? You saying goodnight? Okay. So there's a okay, buddy, I have to do some stuff. There's a mandemic, and I forgot to link this dude, so check him out at Therapy Jeff on YouTube. He says a study from King's College London survey says
A new horrific study just dropped, and the numbers about Gen Z men are genuinely disturbing. 31% think a wife should obey her husband. 33% think men should have the final word on the.
this is, mind you, this is gross. This is absolutely just everything that these Utes hopefully don't really believe, and this is, you know, a small sect of like the wrong crowd being surveyed. But this stuff is like, I don't know. He's gonna keep going into it.
Major decisions. 24% think women shouldn't appear too independent, and 21% think a real woman should never initiate sex. And before you're like, well, what do the fucking boomers think? Gen Z men were twice as likely to believe this stuff as actual boomers.
Twice as likely to think a real man, you know, doesn't have an independent. They're twice as likely, Gen Z. That's terrifying. And I blame the Tates, the Fuenteses, the Schultz, the Joe Rogans, all these people who put on this false bravado on a podcast while talking about real men stuff where their fucking hands aren't calluses. You bitches didn't lay bricks like I did for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. Fucking please.
Twice. Turns out your grandfather is more progressive than daddy algorithm. But
It turns out your grandfather is more progressive than daddy algorithm. This is a podcast bro epidemic, mandemic for the ages.
I want to show you something else from the same study because I think it explains a lot. These same men, 30% of them, think you shouldn't say I love you to your friends.
Shouldn't say I love you to your friends. I'm guessing this is definitely in the Joe Rogan sphere of, you know, you can only do it if you yell no homo after. It's really bewildering to what fragility men have defined themselves as. You know what I mean? Because I truly just want you to consider this for a second. You have to be ultra fragile to think an I love you makes you less of a man. I love you to people you care about, friends. Like, that's nuts, right? That would officially mean you need a safe space from I love you. Really, consider that. This doesn't sound tough to me. Somebody who's tough, what do you think is tough? Not even somebody. Something that's tough can take a beating, can fucking, you know, tolerate with a lot. They've been through a lot. They're seasoned. They're weathered. You know, tough is being able to withstand and I love you from your friends. These are the most fragile human beings I've ever fucking encountered. Bro, if you can't say I love you to your friend, just wait until, you know, shit gets real and fucking something tragic happens.
43% think men should be physically tough.
Physically tough? What is physically tough is a fucking facade. Young men out there, here's the thing. Take a boxing class. I suggest that for you because you're going to find out there's somebody bigger and badder than you. This is why they have weight classes everywhere. So that's all irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. I know that your dear Chicken Supreme leader just said the law of the jungle is the law of the land now. You know, might makes right. But what they don't understand is they're not tough. They're using other people's military structure to, you know, play out their wildest fantasies. I don't know.
Even if they're just not built that way. 21% think that if you do childcare, you're less of a man.
Childcare? What is wrong with these people? I don't know who took this survey, but you are going to be the worst father in his. Just get ready to have a kid that despises you and turns into a communist.
These are guys who can't tell their friends they love them, who have to be jacked or they're failing, who
have to be jacked or they're failing. No wonder they love Robert F. Kennedy. They're like, I know that guy's telling me to drink raw milk, but look at his muscles. I mean, it really just sounds like, you know, some of them might be in the closet, you know? It sounds like they're just like, you know, not totally secure with who they are.
Changing a diaper makes them less of a man. My guys, That is a miserable way to live.
No.
The same belief system that puts women in a cage is
What's
forcing
up,
men
Blondie?
into a boring, one-note, terminally online version of masculinity.
And that's very true what Therapy Jeff says. You know, if you're defining yourself as a man who doesn't care about kids, doesn't say I love you to my friends, has to work out at the gym, doesn't think women should have any kind of independence or say in things. Come on, Kat, please. Look, what are you doing? You have put yourself in the smallest box possible. And the funny thing is all those things in that box make you unlikable. You know what I mean? Like, think about the guy who's like scared to share with his friends. You're eventually not going to have friends.
You cannot squeeze all of your humanity into dominant provider who never needs anything and then also be a real partner. You just can't. The manosphere didn't just radicalize these men against women. It sold them a version of themselves that's exhausting, lonely, and completely unsustainable, told them that was freedom, and then got filthy rich off their loneliness selling protein powder on their dumbass podcast.
And alpha brain pills. Alpha brain pills.
Not God, and so did the women who have to date them. A new
Well, not many women are gonna date them. Let's be honest. All right. Here, let's get into some news. I think there's people here. Everybody's here. What's up, Blondie? They don't. Women, just mommy. What's up, Neon Monkey? Good to see you. Real men have cats. I'm glad you're staying around, Flock. You're really showing off that personality you didn't develop. Don't forget that today's Gen X are the grandchildren of people who grew up during the hippie and punk era, where the ideal of human equality was a normal way to think. Not all of them. Not all of them. I would say, and do you mean Gen Z? Because most of the Gen X that grew up had boomer parents, and that's why they kind of went away from it, you know. But Gen Z is, you know, like the latchkey kids no, some of them are Gen X for the Gen X parents, which they were latchkey kids and then, you know, forced into the capitalist. You watched Gen X really have to suffer. The Gen X and millennials, because we came post-Reagan or in the wake of Reagan, and it really tormented everything. We, you know, while a lot of these kids were born during, you know, these tragedies of 9/11 or the housing collapse or banking collapses or bailouts or Occupy Wall Street, Gen X and millennials were just like tolerating it. We were like, ah, fuck, really? They're bailing out these people again? Ah, fuck, we're going to war again, you know, like lies for war again. So, you know, the millennials and Gen X are here going, we've seen this. God damn, man, can't we just have healthcare? And the people at the top, like Donald Trump, are like, no, I just need more money and power. By the way, let's go over some stuff from Iran, which I don't know if you've seen John Oliver with his Last Week Tonight. He does an amazing job of summing this up in 1 minute.
The White House and its supporters have been all over the place this week explaining why we did this. At various points, they claimed Iran was going to attack us. Israel was going to attack Iran, which would have led to them attacking us. Iran was going to assassinate Trump, so we assassinated the Ayatollah first. Iran was going to obtain nuclear weapons or ICBMs. And we just did this to free the Iranian people out of the kindness of our hearts. As for the question of who's going to lead Iran now, that seems to have no clear answer either. Trump's insisted he must be involved in that decision, and apparently he had some potential contenders for the role. But as he explained, there was just one slight problem.
Well, most of the people we had in mind are dead. We had some in mind from that group that is dead. And now we have another group. They may be dead also, based on reports.
This guy is so stupid. Then what was the point? Was it regime change? Was it oil? Was it a distraction? It was a distraction from the Epstein files. We're going to get to the Epstein files soon. It's just so funny. Like, He's like, listen, the puppet government that we were trying to put in there, we're murking them all, man. They're all gone. I don't know. We went through A, B, C. They're all dead. Like, this dude just comes off so stupid. The fact that anybody can listen to this and think this is some kind of 5D checkers is, get your brain checked. Oh, that's right. We're in America. You can't. That's only for rich people. Here's Keg Pete Seth saying the quiet part out loud. Hold on. Let me see if I have a Keg Pete Seth. Is there a Keg Pete Seth anywhere? You don't need to see Keg Pete Seth, do you? I hate him. Oh, by the way, did you see the protest outside of Wall Street? Amazing. If you haven't seen this video, go look it up. There's no more. This is what I like about the progression of the protests. We used to occupy Wall Street, and now they're showing the outcomes of not being able to occupy Wall Street. First polio death in 70 years. Oh my God. Oh, good God, man. This is fucked. And by the way, while war is going on, there's your Chicken Supreme leader golfing while he's sending people to die. All right. We'll just keep this up while we're playing the stuff about him because, you got to remember what he's going to war for. Here's Keg Pete Seth.
To our steadfast partner, Israel, your mission is being executed with unmatched skill and iron determination.
I'm sorry? Whose mission? What?
Partner, Israel. Your mission is being executed with unmatched skill and iron determination. Fighting shoulder to shoulder with such a capable ally is a true force multiplier.
Whose mission? So this wasn't our mission. Okay, good to know. Pete, what else you got for us? What else you got for us, Pete? Only gems come out of this drunken talk box.
Does this put U.S. personnel in any more danger than they otherwise would be?
Well,
The Russian involvement.
No one's putting us in danger. We're putting the other guys in danger. That's our job. So
wait, is that our? Hold on, is that our job? Military, just to put other people in danger? I don't know how you can pawn off. Hey guys, we're making the world safer. When you got Keg Pete Seth on fucking 60 Minutes saying our job is to put everybody in danger, I don't know how maggots, sorry, M-A-G-A-T-S. What's up, buddy? Isn't it time for cat sleep? You're staying up way too late, buddy. You gonna jump on me? So when they tell you, this is making the world a whole lot safer, just remember that Keg Pete Seth said, no, our job is to put everybody in danger.
Put U.S. personnel in any more danger than they otherwise would be.
Well,
The Russian involvement.
No one's putting us in danger. We're putting the other guys in danger.
We're putting the other guys in danger. Okay. I'm sure that doesn't, I'm sure in no way does that clip go around and put us in any danger. By the way, did you hear Iran might be activating sleeper cells? Did you guys read that too? Yeah, I did too. Okay. Yep, don't worry. Keg Pete says, don't worry, guys. I live in a gated community. I'm pretty sure I'm not in danger. Fuck. And then did you guys... it just gets sadder and sadder. Where is that Chicken Supreme? We're going to get to the propaganda stuff. Here we go. Where is the Chicken Supreme? By the way, did you hear Iran has already appointed another Ayatollah? I'm sure he's pissed, He was on a winning streak, man. He won the FIFA World Peace Prize. He won president of Venezuela. He's probably president of Ecuador. He was almost president of Greenland and then decided he didn't want it anymore. So I'm sure, today's probably a rough day with the announcement of the new Ayatollah because Donald Trump was looking to be Ayatollah Asahola. And, I'm sure he'll probably fix that. But if you didn't hear Carolyn Levitt, the mouthpiece from hell, Hades, what was Hades' dog called? Or what was the dog called? Cerberus. That's it. I didn't even need to look it up. Here is Cerberus. Caroline Cerberus fucking Levitt really saying she doesn't care if Russia's, exposing where military bases are. She doesn't care. Why would they? Russia, if you read the Epstein files, you know that Russia has pictures of Donald Trump blowing Bubba. Just that sentence shouldn't be able to be whispered about a president, but okay. So they have the compromise on Donald. Donald has a lot of Russian assets and money and intertwinings. That's why he didn't want his taxes coming out. That's why he invited Putin over to America and had their pillow fort or whatever they did. And he had him in the car and he saluted him and curtsied and fucking, grabbed him by the... Oh, no, he can't do that to him because Putin's a celebrity to Donald. Oh, so Putin probably grabbed Donald by the pussy. But here's Carolyn Levitt saying, we don't give a shit if Russia's working against us. Awesome. Go ahead, Cerberus.
I wanted to start you off this afternoon because we have confirmed reports from U.S. officials that Russia is providing intelligence to Iran to help it target U.S. assets in the region. I'm sure this is something that does not please the president whatsoever. Has he spoken to Putin about it?
No, I'm sorry. He cannot get mad at Russia because if you haven't read the Epstein files, they have...
Well, look, I'll leave that to the president to answer himself, but...
No, that's why you're here, you dumb bitch.
Right, we'll tell you, John, we don't comment on intelligence reports that are leaked to the press. Whether or not this happened, frankly, it does not really matter.
Oh, MAGA, how's that America first? How is that America first? Oh, MAGA, you fucking simpletons. Your whole existence is fucking pointless. You understand that? The people that sold you America First are telling you, doesn't really matter if Russia's exposing where military assets are and our soldiers. Like, we don't really care about that. We're trying to cover these Epstein files and we have to go along with whatever Russia does. Oh, sorry, I speak Cerberus. I take it on Duolingo. That's what this venom bitch is talking about. It's amazing. For all the lying that they do, this is really what's twat remarkable. You got to really come up with new words for these people because the English language just doesn't do them justice. This twat-markable person, I've redefined remarkable because... It's remarkable, but she's a twat. So you have to say twat markable. That she's telling you, doesn't really matter to us. We're not over there. Is just, one of those things where you're like, Carolyn, you're such a good liar. At this point, say like, we're using the might of everything to look into that. Just say that, but they can't because it's Russia and he's compromised by Russians. You understand that. This is all in the Epstein files. Have you not read them? It's a horrific read, but it gives you insight to what's going on. But it's I want you to, everybody else who still has common sense, didn't join a fucking America First cult where the last thing they care about is America. I want you to think about what Caroline Cerberus fucking Levitt is saying. She couldn't even lie here. Like, this is the perfect time to just be like, we've heard those reports and we're looking into it. She could have said that, you know what I mean? She could have said anything that wasn't as pathetic as, really, we just don't care.
We'll tell you, John, we don't comment on intelligence reports that are leaked to the press. Whether or not this happened, frankly, it does not really matter.
I thought you just said you don't comment on those. And then... Do you understand how stupid this dumb bitch is? This is why I have to call her a dumb bitch. There are certain times in life where you just have to call it what it is, and it's better for everybody. It really is. Because if you placate to people like, oh, she's a very serious person, listen to her. Carolyn Cerberus Reddit, or whatever her name is not a serious person. In fact, the fact that she just said, we don't comment on that, but whether or not it's real, we don't give a shit. You just contradicted yourself in the same sentence. There was a comma and then a contradiction. You dumb bitch. You dumb bitch.
Answer himself, but what I will tell you, John, we don't comment on intelligence reports that are...
Okay, wrap it up, Carolyn, because you're going to sound like a dumb bitch.
...are leaked to the press. Whether or not this happened, frankly, it does not really matter.
I thought you just said you don't comment. Fox News, you are failing your fucking selves, man. Not even us. But like when somebody lobs you a softball, like we don't comment, but our comment is we don't care. You gotta fire back, man.
because President Trump and the United States military are absolutely decimating the rogue Iranian terrorist regime.
But the Russians are helping the enemy decimate the Americans. There's probably like 1,000 lost lives already. You understand that like this caliber of liar is not going to tell you that they're like, you know, look, 6 casualties, that's it, guys. You understand they're hiding this from you. You understand that, right? Mark whatever today's date is, and in fucking 6 months when there's some congressional investigation that has to go another 2 years, come back to the year of our Lord 2026, and you go, oh, God damn it, that leftist was right. God damn it, he was right. All 14 years of this congressional hearing and loose change fucking www bullshit. Turns out this guy was right. They're hiding it from you. Okay. Just like where's Commander Chief Queef? Like Fox News. This is what I mean. In the new woke order, Fox News is going to be raided for treason. Because this was the footage they aired of the soldiers coming home, okay? Where Donald Trump's all bundled up like a fucking beanie baby. And this was the actual footage. And they didn't want to put this on because remember, Fox News made this huge deal when Obama wore a gray suit, which still I don't fucking get. If a gray suit is bad, why do they make them? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Fox News, you should focus on like how Michael Irving dresses or Cam Newton or something, you know, like Obama wearing a gray suit. It's not even that flashy, man. If anything, he was tepid in his choices. Imagine if Obama went to the White House dressed like fucking Cam Newton. That would have been awesome. He would have got my vote irregardless. You know what I mean? Like if you're dressing like Cam Newton, go to the White House, I'm going, something funky's going on, man. And I fucking want a piece of that. But you remember, they lambast anything they can for a president who didn't cheat on all of his wives like Donald Trump did, you know, who didn't want to bang his daughter like Donald Trump does. So the fact that Fox News was caught playing this footage listen, I worked in radio. When stuff like this comes down, this isn't a mistake. Let me be very clear. They weren't like, oh, grab that footage of this weekend because that footage will be first up. You had to search for this, or they had it saved for an occasion like this. And here's the thing, for us leftists, and I can't speak for all of us, but for me here, I don't give a shit if you're wearing a baseball hat. I really want to explain this. Like this, I don't know. I don't get it. I know there's like structure and order and you got to do all these things, but like, I don't get it. I don't think the dead soldiers are like, oh, fucking dude's wearing a hat. I don't think that's what they're thinking. This is just, again, my opinion. I think fucking non-hat is stupid. I think it's irregardless. I think what is more is if he was like, oh shit, we should stop because those are human lives. You know what I mean? Like hat or no hat is fucking dumb. But the fact that they hide it makes everybody go, why would you hide that? Oh, because we shit on people, what they wear. See, for me, I don't give a shit what you're wearing. Oh, you're wearing a stupid hat made in China? I don't know. I'm pretty sure the recently deceased isn't fucking rolling in their tomb fucking going, oh, he wore a hat. It ain't happening. But you know what is happening? The parents are probably like, hopefully no one else's kids, you know? And then you got people like Carolyn Levitt being like, we don't give a shit if Russia's giving out our intel. Frankly, we don't comment that, but we don't care. You know, like this is the content of their character. It's more concerning than a goddamn hat, you know? At least it was white after Labor Day or something. I don't know. Aren't there fashion laws? I don't know. We should have someone from the gay community come in and comment on the fashion. That's what I would like. Because I just don't know. I'm like a cartoon character. I really shame shit every day. I can't put thought into what I'm wearing. You know, as long as it says something like Free Luigi or fuck the system, then I'm cool, you know?
Look, I'll leave that to the president to answer himself, but what I will tell you...
Sorry, he's busy wearing a baseball cap that Fox News is hiding from the public. Like, this is one of the dumbest things. Fox, just fucking don't do... Just show him, you know? He loves baseball hats. He's a big baseball guy. No, he wasn't. He's not a sports guy. He's a grift guy.
John, we don't comment on intelligence reports that are leaked to the press. Whether or not this happened, frankly, it does not really matter.
Oh, that's what should be on a t-shirt. Oh, wait, Melania already put that on a jacket. Do you care? Because I don't. These people are telling you to your face. Like, we don't give a shit about you. All we care about is keeping power consolidated because our president is a pervert in chief and he's all over the Epstein files. So anything we can do to distract from that is going to be beneficial to us. Oh man. Now let's get into, hold on. Let's do the propaganda thing real quick. Because I got to show this to you. You got to see this. You got to see. Where was the propaganda? Here we go. All right. So today, the Halo guy, I don't know who he is, came out and says, it's come to my attention there's at least one propaganda video circulating that was either produced or at the very least endorsed by the White House that uses imagery. No, it was produced by the White House of Master Chief and using my voice to support the war in Iran. Okay. So he goes on, you can go to Variety, you can read this for yourself. I did not link this one. That's not the important part. The important part is that the White House is co-opting popular culture without anyone's consent because no one in their right mind would consent to this batshit crazy perverted loons fucking ideology. And the people that you do see, I mean, they're just a sad case in humanity. They base their entire existence off of one dude. Not an American system, not law and order. It's all about Donald Trump. And you hear it every goddamn day, so I'm exhausted of going into it. But just so you know, they base their whole personality around this loon in the room. And also Ben Stiller, hold on. Ben Stiller came out and said, hey, White House, please remove the Tropic Thunder clip. We never gave you permission, have no interest, your propaganda, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then here it goes through the rest. And whoever hasn't spoken out, you know, make note of them. Brian Cranston, have you? I don't look into it, but do your own research, we'll say that. Isn't that popular online? But my point is that the government taking, it's like, you know, imagine if OnlyFans co-opted Mickey Mouse as their new mascot to say like, hey, Mickey Mouse totally fucking loves our website. You know, there would be major lawsuits, correct? There would be, well, it depends. If it was Steamboat Willie, I think OnlyFans could do it. I'm not sure how copyright law works. Again, I'm only professional in bird law. But this would be insane, right? It's like if I was using the, you know, Coca-Cola polar bears to, you know, vouch for Colombian, you know, nose candy or whatever, you know, that people would be mad because it's co-opting what the fucking intended imagery in our culture is meant for something else, which has a heinous, and Donald Trump and his White House has done this the whole time. And there's a lot of people that aren't going to look into it, that will just see the video, that think it's cool. But I want you to understand, this is the definition of propaganda. This is it. Using Iron Man, Master Chief from Halo, Tropic Thunder, all without consent, with no fucking, you know, people being like, yeah, I want my character to back that message. Like, this is very fucking insane. And the fact that people are just like, oh yeah, that's kind of a cool video, or hate the video, and not understanding that, like, the state is using art to fucking spread this horrific message. Now, if they wanted to create, you know, Bangsy, the Epstein owl or whatever, you know, to send their message, that's fine. Create a new mascot. We had Hoodsy the owl or Woodsy the owl. We had Smokey the bear, which I'm pretty sure Kristi Noem probably shot both of them. But we used to have these characters, you know, I'm a Bill. What was that? Did he ever do I'm a Bill, there's a constitutional crisis, Schoolhouse Rock? You remember this stuff. You know, the government used to do its own art, which, good for them. They should, you know. You remember, this is your brain on drugs. Whatever happened to that actor? Hopefully he got no work after that, because they're like, you fucking moron. That's not your brain on cannabis. Cannabis is a medicine. Stop using water on drugs. Grow your people instead. Okay. So I wanted to show you that. We're going to get into this. There is professional douche. CNN even got a side video of what happened in New York with Mondani. And I can't wait till he releases his video. He goes out and trolls these twatsies. By the way, let's hit a little more news before we get into oil prices. Charlie Kirk Memorial license plate. I can't fucking get over this country. Oh, see what happens when groups like Moms for Liberty and like these these wealthy people have too much money and just want to do stupid shit. This is why like everyone should be really for like a maximum wage, and then everything else goes to taxes so people can eat and have health care. This is so dumb. Because like when rich people fund these grassroots organizations, dumb shit like this, you might as well just have like a blackface fucking license plate at that point. You know, like really gonna have a Charlie Kirk? Why don't you quote him on it and say, like, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna think he's unqualified, quote unquote, the definition of racism. You know what I mean? Like, put that on the plate, Arizona. Don't put his fucking goofy ass too big forehead on the fucking plate. You know, put some of his quotes on there. You know, like cost of lives for 2A is worth it. You know, put that right there. And then I'd be like, you know what? That's a staunch reminder of how stupid this fucking guy was. You know, or put Arizona. For Charlie, who lost the gun debate by a long shot. You know, you put something like that and then you might get some more support. But just this propaganda bullshit who at one point, if you forget this, because Charlie has so many horrific things he said, so many stupid fucking things that will constantly be played in his wake because he had nothing fucking good to say, like nothing at all.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year.
Yeah, save it right there. Me too now, Charlie. This is the only time you and I agree, you fucking loser. And then remember when Republicans were like, hey, there's no cancel culture, but if you say anything bad, canceled. Do maggots hear themselves when they speak out loud? You gotta wonder. But anyways, you know, remember when Charlie said about the Epstein files, the ball's in the government's hand? He said, I trust my friends in the government. The ball's in their hands, which is not the quote, you dumb shit. And he wasn't even trying to be like ironic or funny. Like that's us other commenters' jobs. He was like a very serious man who was like, I don't know about you, but I trust the government. The ball is in their hands. That's not suspicious at all. Hey, fellow high school kids.
I'm super pro tariff.
He's super pro tariff. He's like, I don't give a shit. You know how much money I make off this grifting? I don't care what I'm paying for toilet paper. You might. But since Charlie, in memorial of this absolute dipshit, world is a better place. Where is the gas? Where is the gas? Hold on. If you haven't seen, gas is jumping up $1 in a week. This is fucking awesome. Remember when Meg was like, hey, gas is 13 cents off. And everybody was like, who gives a shit? I'd rather have free healthcare paid for by Jeff Bezos' taxes and Amazon's taxes. That's what I want. But now they have Fox News is really one of the funniest places to get entertainment. Because if you can detach emotionally from being an American and living under an existential threat run by perverts every single day. You wake up, you go to work, and it's just perverts running everything, hiding the Epstein files, dragging us into so many different wars, being president of Venezuela, the Ayatollah of Iran, just doing all this shit. If you can detach, if you can emotionally detach from the threat, because you only get one life. So, you know, we're just throwing it away right now. We're like, hey, can we please just have the medicine that society developed over 1 billion years? Can we please just have that without paying Eli Lilly $1 million? Could we please? And they're like, war. You know, we're like, hey, could you just invest in renewables so we could try to make a renewable hoverboard? That would be so much fun. If you can detach from all of that and watch Fox News or Fox Business, this shit is hilarious. Like the way they treat their viewers, they basically every day I would like a segment on Fox News called "Shut Up, Stupid," where you just come on and whatever's going on, you tell your viewers, just shut up, stupid. Okay, we know better than you. Why do you think we're in this fancy studio? Because we've been ordained by the billionaire gods to tell you, shut up, stupid. And Fox had this lady on who's talking about oil prices, and I need to give you the baseline on this. MAGA's only thing was eggs dropped 4 cents and gas went down 15 cents. We have no health care. We're much less safe. We've tariffed and fought with every ally. There's perverts in bed in the you know how when they were talking about a deep state, like there's no deep state. You elected the deep state. The corporations and the perverts were one. They were all friends, man. And we've been trying to tell you this for years. And now they're just running everything. Doge came in and was like, hey, we'll give you $5,000 dividends checks. And then Elon was like, oh, I got to get out of here. I made some troubles. He's like, I'm going to go meddle in the UK. These people are disgusting. But the one thing MAGA had, they were like, hey, man, gas is down 5 cents. Yeah, I know they took away all our healthcare and the subsidies. And, you know, toilet paper has fucking gone up, and chips and cereal at McDonald's have jumped 1,000,000%. But gas, you know, that thing you have to go to all 4 of your jobs at so you could rent with roommates? Gas is down. You know, because we fucking, I don't know, have a diet. I wouldn't be surprised if Karen Levitt came out tomorrow and was like, hey man, we redid the fucking food pyramid. Now it's 1 piece of chicken, 1 piece of broccoli, 1 tortilla, and 1 small cup of gas. And MAGA would be like, all right, I'll fucking take it. So gas was like their thing. That was their thing. They were like, gas, man, gas prices are low. I could drive to all of my jobs and then Uber Eats after because no one pays enough. So I have to fucking Uber DoorDash after. You know, they're like bragging about being DoorDashers. It's like, I believe in a society where fucking the robots can do that and we get universal basic income and fucking healthcare. Good God, we are different. Anyways. So Fox News, you know, their fucking alma mater for stupid. They go to them and be like, tell me what to believe next. Please, 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 please. And this dumb bitch, I told you, you got to call it like you see it. And if you don't like that language, I just need to address the people who are going to be like, I don't like his language. Let me address you. Quiet, piggy. Quiet, piggy. Okay? Is that hauntingly familiar? Quiet, piggy. Listen to this Fox News dumb bitch.
And until people can wrap their heads around that, I just think about every time this happens and people start, the gas prices! My dad pulls out the ration coupon book from World War II and tells me how my granddaddy's Chevy dealership just went poof overnight. Didn't get it back. Lost his business. It just went goodbye. Because all...
Oh, doesn't everybody feel bad for the lady whose granddaddy's Chevy dealership had to be used for a war effort? Somebody should tell this bitch, like in the 70s, we had gas rationing. So you didn't have to go back to World War II. But I guess you really wanted to hype that your family comes from car dealership money. We know why you got your position. You fucking look like you got knee pads, bitch.
All of the auto manufacturing was redirected toward wartime manufacturing.
Wartime. So just give up your jobs and work for the wartime effort. Like, what is her point here?
So let's pull our trousers up,
I can't afford trousers, lady. I'm wearing sweats. God damn it. Highfalutin Fox Business telling me to pull my trousers up.
Are we? Taylor.
Fox Business is yelling at their poor red state fucking welfare receiving bitch ass audience to pull their trousers up. Holy shit, that sounds like the Catholic school nun teacher that I went to school with. Fox News just yelled at its viewers to stop. Hold on, we gotta make this a fucking sound effect.
Gas prices!
Fox News is making fun of MAGA. Yo, you know it's bad when Fox News is like, shut up, you dumb bitches. Gas prices. Hold on, I gotta get this clip. Hold on. Oh my God, this is so funny.
All right. The gas prices!
Oh, good God. That's great. That's delicious. Thank you, dumb bitch.
All right. The gas prices! The gas prices!
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe, like, yo, you have to have no backbone, no spine to be part of MAGA, right? Because, like, if I heard my holy church of fake fucking uninformation telling me gas prices, I would be like, what the fuck, man? Come on, that was like our thing. That was like our thing, remember? We were so happy. Gas was under $1 or whatever they were lying to you about. Oh, come on. Oh, you kidding me? You kidding me?
What?
You kidding me? There we go. Hold on. There we go. Get the fuck out of here. Hold on. Oh, man. It's not letting me save it. We're just going to have to do it in real time.
The gas prices!
I'm so sorry. This fucking lady making fun of this car dealership in fucking Toledo, bitch. You know, where her granddaddy had car dealership money coming on to yell at people on Fox News that they were celebrating gas prices and now they're freaking out is so hilarious.
This happens and people start, the gas prices!
You really have to be, you know, looking to fill space to let this lady tell us about the war bonds and her granddaddy's Chevy dealership in Tulsa, Oklahoma or whatever. I just want to say, hey, what's up, Jess? Good to see you. There is no left-wing media. What are you talking about? Joey, this is where America is so stupid. But there's no fucking media that's saying we should tax billionaires at 100% so they're 999 millionaires. There's no media saying we need universal health care right now. You understand, by definition, the media in this country is all for profit. All of it is for profit. They fucking defunded any kind of PBS and NPR. So now, like, if viewers like you don't chip in, it's fucked. But Joey, you are so stupid to think fucking CNN is left, which, by the way, just bought or going to be bought by Larry Ellison and Fart Ellison, his son, which until I see the government paperwork that says his name isn't Fart, that's what his name is. So prove it. Prove it. I want to see a birth certificate. Fart. But it's just bought by a huge Trump donor and a guy who moved to Doral, fucking Florida, to be closer to Trump. Joe, you got to understand, like, left isn't what you think. Left isn't people with dyed hair and fucking, you know, gay people or transgender people. That's not left, okay? Left means we want $66 minimum wage. We want a 3-day week, 15 hours total working a week. We want guaranteed parental leave for 5 years. If you believe families are the most important thing in America, then guess the fuck what? Your $1 trillion company that you work for, because everything is just a corporation now, or a subsidiary of a corporation. Mom and pop businesses, listen, if you have one, that's great. I would love to support you, but you're going to be extinct soon. You think what Donald Trump is doing is to fucking benefit any small business? Did you watch the poor, pathetic soy boy farmers in Arkansas beg and plead with him not to get bought out by like Monsanto or whatever? Like, he doesn't give a shit. He is a corporate CEO. You think he's working for you? But if those even exist anymore, I mean, that would be great. They're just all going to be gone. And these fucking corporations own, there's, I think, 4 fucking billionaires that own all of the fucking media, whether it's radio, TV, newspaper, unless you're getting a zine or some fucking Substack, it's all corporate media. Joe Rogan, Spotify funded by Peter Thiel corporate media, okay? It's so funny that people think like, CNN once said like you should have empathy to this war. What leftists? It's like, bro, you have zero fucking comprehension of what leftism is. Read some Marx, you know? Just do it. I promise you. It's not going to turn your cats gay or whatever you're scared of. Whatever Tim Pool told you today. I promise you, you'll understand that you're part of the working class and that leftists want you to have the power. We don't think that power should be funneled up to 1 or 6 people. You know what I'm saying? We should get the fruits of our labor. That the reason that this economy is where it is because these fucking corporate pedo oligarchy has been exploiting us for decades. Exploiting us. Federal minimum wage still at $7.25 since 2009. And save the fucking comments of who still pays that. A lot of states do. A lot. Meanwhile, Congress gave itself 2 cost of living increases in their money, and they don't make $7.25 an hour. So you can imagine this is just a cruel joke on the American people, and anybody who stands for the working class and does some kind of real leftist fucking entertainment. You know, you get people like you coming in and be like, oh, how about your leftist media? I'm like, if you think I have anything in common with anyone in this fucking government, besides maybe Bernie Sanders, because he's been, you know, yelling about universal health care forever. And you're fucking nuts, dude. You're fucking nuts. Something's wrong with you. Corporate Joey. That's what we'll call him. Why we're at. Why we're at. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. To get the fruits of your labor, one my work. Very, very astute insights. No, if you don't know how the American pyramid scheme of capitalism works, is they don't pay you for your labor. They pay you to make a surplus so they can extract it from you. How do you think the fucking McDonald's CEO made 18 million last year? 1,000 to 1 the median employee. How do you think that happened? Do you think he was down fucking making sure everybody was working? No, he sat in a fucking office while people that were underpaid for the work they were doing fucking siphoned that up to him. That's why they hate unions, they hate worker power, and they hate knowledge. They want to keep you stupid enough to fucking go to work, stupid enough to still pass your license exam, stupid enough to cheer for gas prices while they strip you of your health care and your ability to buy a home. Stupid enough for that so they can fucking exploit you. You understand me? Jess, thank you for the $2 super chat. Seize the means of production, comrades. All hail the great Doak, woke new order. By the way, check out Hassan and Valenti. I don't think Valenti's going live today. Bums me out. I love seeing my new woke order comrades. Hassan's got to be live later. But if you want more insights in different ways, you know, I would say I specialize in truly the working class organizational, know your rights or you don't know where to stand your ground niche of leftism. But then we have Valenti, who's like a historian. And then we have Hassan, who is like the top commander of intimate world knowledge. Okay. What were we doing? What were we doing?
Happens and people start, the gas prices!
Oh, I really, really just want that as a sound effect, and I'm so angry. Let me see if I could try it again. Hold on.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do this.
People start, the gas prices!
Okay, let me see if I can get this. Come on, the gas prices. I love this so much. So much, it's so good.
The gas prices!
Just keep it right there. I wonder if it will disappear.
The gas prices!
The gas prices! What's up, One-Eyed Dollar? Good to see you. Philly brother, let me tell you something, huh? Gas is going to $8. Ryan, I wish it was only going to $8. It's going to 10. I said that you can look at my live stream last week. I said, get ready for $10 gas. And now I think that was the cheap side. And Fox News does not want to hear anybody say,
the gas prices!
Somebody give, this is the producer in me. Somebody give that bitch her own segment called
the gas prices!
Where she could just update you on gas prices. And now we go to Samantha, that dumb bitch with
the gas prices!
Where are they at today, Samantha? I don't even know if that's her name. Oh, how's that feel? You made fun of your audience for caring about gas prices because they couldn't fucking do anything else. By the way, just so you remember, we're going to get into the Epstein files. I want you to remember who this dude is.
Does have a very nice figure.
He's talking about his daughter.
I've said that if Ivanka were my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Gross. That's on The View. We're going to play some Howard Stern in a second. Somebody came in and said, Howard Stern's a shock jock. Like that was, I don't even know what point they were trying to make. Like, oh yeah, that's right. Donald Trump talking about banging his daughter on Howard Stern shouldn't be taken seriously because Howard's a shock jock. So how do you excuse him from The View and Wendy Williams? You dumb fucking idiot.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I...
Oh, this fucking dude. Yo, check his hard drives. Check what was in those classified documents that he was stealing and keeping at Qatar-a-Lago. That's what we'll call it from now on. Oh, did you guys hear this? This is why, I gotta fast forward a little bit. This is why maggots, I just want to give you some insights into maggot too. The reason MAGA loves this dude so much is because they see themselves in him. You know, they're not brave enough to be the racist, dipshit pieces of misogynistic deep knee bends in the pickle patch. This dude is. He's got a no gag reflex for Putin and Netanyahu. So they're not brave enough to be that kind of shallow and fucking just brash. So they find heroes like Joe Rogan who will be tricked by the internet but just say some horrendous shit. They find heroes like Donald Trump who will, you know, brazenly tell the world he wants to sleep with his daughter. And they're like, that's my guy, man. He's not PC. He's saying all the things I'm thinking. And here's another one when he had his Shield of America's meeting. This is just so stupid. This is so stupid. There's going to be another war, you know, as soon as like they do something like this. And then they shifted Kristi Noem to the Shield of America. It's like, just get ready. Just get ready. All that means is like we're invading somewhere else. This is probably, you know, for Cuba or what. I don't know. I don't want to predict it. But during it, he said he's not going to learn their damn languages. Which, again, MAGA is probably cheering that on. Like, yeah, I say that all the time. Speak English. English? Like as in England? Or are you proud to be American first? When you say speak American, you dummy. I love those little things.
He's got a language advantage over me because I'm not learning a damn language. I don't have time. I was okay with languages, but I'm not gonna...
You were okay with language? This guy is so fucking stupid. He's like at a, like, you know, sometimes once in a generation, some kind of artist or mind comes into existence and we're all just kind of flabbergasted. You're like, wow, how did, you know, he must be touched by God. Maybe that's what they mean by when they say Donald Trump was anointed by God, because there's really no level of stupid like this we've seen, you know, on the stupid dar, on the greater stupid fucking... whatever you want to call it. I don't know. How do you gauge stupidity? Do we even have, it can't be like a Richter scale. How to gauge stupidity. How to measure stupidity. How do we measure it? Key markers. Yeah, but is there a test? The stupidity quotient. Yeah, I think we need to figure out some kind of test for the levels of stupid that we're witnessing right now, because really, this fucking dude is on a whole new level. And once you start to decipher the maggot, M-A-G-A-T-S language, and you start to really understand IQ, yeah, but IQ really measures, but that's a good point. IQ is meaningless. Yeah, Midwest. See, but IQ is really to not gauge the lower levels, you know? Like it will tell you something about the lower levels. But I mean, we need like a negative IQ range, you know, where like we're really not gauging the upper end. We're gauging the lower end. But once you understand, it's like sometimes I'll tell you what the corporate talk means. You can decipher corporate language, C-suite language, as I call it. Now, corporate language is just redefining or redefining words with new meaningless words, you know, less harsh, less brash, where they say food insecure instead of starving. We had to create that word here in America. And that's not a joke. You can look it up. Many NGOs will now use it where they're like, oh, there's 1 in 5 children food insecure. It means they don't know where their next meal is coming from. So you mean fucking starving? It's starving. Just say that. But they taper it down. They water it down. So when you read about it, you don't feel so bad that 1 in 5 kids in your neighborhood is starving. You know, it's how they desensitize and dehumanize you. And you have to be aware of that. And corporations and PR and advertising and marketing, they all work very hard to rewrite the language. As we've just seen over the past few years, it went from layoffs to downsizing to right sizing. Right sizing sounds so much better than layoffs because you don't think of the hundreds of thousands of people over the past year that now don't have a place to work and fucking don't have a way to feed themselves. Okay, so now, but if they're right sizing, you feel like Apple and Meta and Jack Dorsey's new adventure, who all just laid off fucking people, and all the other companies and Amazon, you just feel like the company's just getting better sized. You know, it's meant to do that to you. So you don't think of the human cost, the cost to our economy, if you even give a shit about it. Our economy is nothing but Wall Street and greedy perverts. You know, like we don't have an economy. Oh yeah, all the industries back here? Right, okay. Good luck with that war effort then. If all the industries back here, you have nothing to worry about. Nothing's coming from China, right? Okay. Give me a break. I love that they blamed like the workers for wanting to be paid to fucking outsource jobs. That's the other greatest trick they pulled. They're like, well, if you want more money, we got to send it overseas. We want more money. Oh, okay. Well, we'll bring it back then. Were you not paying attention to why they sent it away for the first place? For any of these companies like fucking Starbucks who are like, oh, we treat our third world countries with the most dignity and respect. You're like, you don't even treat your fucking American employees like that. It's all a great scam. And that's why PR and marketing is so fucking toxic and dangerous. Because they want you to fucking buy into this image that we're doing it for good. We're right sizing you. What was I going off on a tangent about? This dude's fucking talking. Oh, because MAGA has been fucking co-opted into fucking believing that this dude is for them. For them. And the reason they do it is because he says bullshit like this. I'm not learning your damn language. And they at home are like, I've said that same thing. Man, press 1 for English. I don't think so. You know, I'm not learning 2 for Spanish. Like, they're such simple-minded freaks. And not in the good kind of freak, you know, like the American collective of freakish nature, which we've always had and we should really embrace, like Hunter S. Thompson or Abby Hoffman or, you know, any of the hippie movement. Or if you even look at the Revolutionary War days, those people were considered freaks. They lived in these multicultural fucking communities where they organized together against a king. That's a freak show if I've ever seen one.
Right? It helps. He's got a language.
He's talking about, I think, Marco Rubio, that dictator wannabe.
He's got a language advantage over me.
Yeah, because you hardly speak English, let's be honest.
Because I'm not learning your damn language. I don't have time.
So he's telling that to all the Latin American leaders. I'm not learning your language. I don't have damn time. And you know MAGA's like, oh, I've said the same thing. I've said the same thing. Thank God. All right, let's get into this Epstein stuff because, wait. You really gonna try to make me pay for an article? Let's get into this. MS Now. Take it away. Take it away, MS Now.
News on the government's handling of the Epstein files after DOJ released documents revealing uncorroborated accusations made in 2019 against President Trump. One woman claims she was sexually abused by both Epstein and Trump when she was as young as 13 years old. President Trump has denied any wrongdoing. The documents came after news outlets reported files had been withheld or removed from DOJ's website. And today, a member of Congress told me Democrats will initiate impeachment proceedings against Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Here's the one thing about that. Like, I've been like over a week, I've heard they're going to impeach Pam. Fuck. Here's something that I'm going to play the rest of this, but here's something that we really need to fix. Like, if you're caught blatantly lying to the American public and, you know, perjury is that even a law anymore? Like, these criminals are just lying under oath. Like just lying under oath. How is the Dow? They fucking made a meme song out of it. So they're just totally lying under oath. And the fact that she's being impeached, you know, I'd say too little too late. This is what I mean by Democrats. I'm like, unless we need, like, I don't know, zip ties and a fucking cell for her to be in, the fucking catacombs of loyalty or something. This is insane. This is the insanity that I can't comprehend. That most Americans would like to live in a system of law and order or justice or whatever make fucking believe things that they want to believe in. And that's fine if you're one of them. I just see this stuff and I go, oh, wait, so you go and get caught lying under oath and you just go to fucking jail first. You know, the judge isn't like, here's the impeachment for this person. Let's hear him out. That doesn't happen. And that is at the lowest echelon of society. This is what I really want people to understand. They'll fucking hold you in contempt. They will fucking put you in a cell and you will wait for your day in court. That's how it works, okay? At the lowest tier of society. Now, I don't know if that great Batman fucking Spider-Man phrase, you know, with great responsibility comes great responsibility or whatever. It doesn't even matter. With great power comes great responsibility. It's such bullshit because this is the top cop. You can't get any more cop than Pam Blondie. And she has not only lied about all this shit, made a mockery of our government, and fucking house the doubt us. But now Democrats are talking about impeachment? Like, I would just give... you know what I want society to do? I want to have a flip-flop. This is my ideas, the new woke order. I want a flip-flop. Everybody who's ever lied in court, you're free. You're free to go. You're impeached. Go get a different job. You just work in a different sector. You're fine. You're fine. And everybody who's lied under oath, like Jeff Sessions, remember that fucking Keebler troll from Alabama? He was fucking lying under oath too. You don't remember that. That's from the first Trump term. I still haven't let that go because I was like, these motherfuckers. And he's probably, I don't know, somewhere in Alabama banging his granddaughter. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, Jeff Sessions. But the fact that they're talking about, listen to this shit. They're like, and the highest top, this is how this broadcast should have went. The top cop in the land was clearly a fucking liar, and the Democrats want to impeach. How about prison time? How about you have that big responsibility to serve the public because it's public service, and law and order and yada, yada, yada. And how about you have to go to prison to make an example out of what happens when the person with the most responsibility just abuses the law? How about that? How about we have one day of that shit?
Will initiate impeachment.
Initiate? This is what I mean. It's like, this is a failed fucking state. If people are like, they're going to initiate impeachment trials because she's a liar, pants on fire. How about zip ties in a fucking cell and she has to wait for her day in court and we get a live feed into her thing? You know what I mean? No, not a live feed into her thing. MAGA would love that. That's like, you know, their fucking OnlyFans account.
Proceedings against Attorney General Pam Bondi.
This week, we issued a bipartisan subpoena of Pam Bondi for her mishandling of the Epstein case. It's very clear that the new files provide.
The system works way too slow. And what you've watched is Donald Trump just ignore all that. Ignore federal judges, ignore fucking orders, ignore constitutions, ignore laws, ignore committees, ignore commissions, ignore... you name it, he ignored it, and they just break shit quickly and then fucking don't deal with the consequences because they're establishing a National Guard task force that can come out and threaten you when they want. I don't know what's going on, but, you know, that's probably in the pipeline. They already have the Epstein army, which is ICE. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the fact that Democrats... or bipartisan. This is really what bugs me. A bipartisan effort is using the system that is clearly fucking broken and rewarded all of these perverts and pervert associates and pervert accomplices and fucking pedo oligarchy fucking conspirators. It awarded them this power, you know, this power that they're now breaking the laws and not listening to the system. You're saying we got to use that system. And that's why I just believe in zip ties, you know. I just want a t-shirt with zip ties on it. That's it. That's it. I'm going to make that. Because fucking, you know how many citizens for less than lying at the top cop position, for less than lying at the top cop position, have been zip tied fucking Pam Blondie does not deserve the justice of a fucking subpoena.
Greater detail about the allegations against the president, and I can tell you that within the next week we will be filing articles of impeachment against Pam Bondi for her handling of this case.
That's a joke. That's a joke. It's a joke, a cruel joke on the American people. Our system was flawed 200 years ago. It was. And we've tried to amend it, and we've tried to amend it, and the whole way, these fucking white, rich, landowning men tried to consolidate power, consolidate power, consolidate power. They didn't trust the masses. They didn't trust the people. They didn't trust anybody outside of their little group. And what we're seeing is the culmination of that. And let me tell you, if this is the culmination of that system does not fucking work. It just doesn't. This isn't my opinion. This is like the fucking lifespan of Americans has dropped, right? Lifespan of Americans has dropped, even though we pay more than anyone else in the world for our health insurance. It's not even care. Nobody can fucking buy a home. I don't give a shit if you're in fucking West Dakota and you bought one and you're lying to us because you fucking bought it from your parents for $1. You know, I don't give a shit. What I'm saying is the national average has jumped to 40, 50 years old. Do you think they're introducing a 1,000-year mortgage because shit's so good? You know what I mean? They're not bragging about the Dow because fucking job numbers are up. In fact, they're fucking trying to hide them from you. That's why they fired everybody that works for fucking stats and shit, you know? Oh my God, this is a hellscape. We're living in a hellscape, and it can be better. What's up, Sardyon? Good to see you. Wait. What is going on? You play several instruments. Awesome. Oh yeah, go check out Smoking Blondie. She does music. Hold on, I can get her chant. Hold on. We don't need to talk about it. We can do it. We can do it. Ooh, wait, you got a new song? Can I play this, Smoking Blondie? I didn't even ask. Can I play this, Smoking Blondie, the new song? She was AG of Florida when Epstein got that first sweet deal. Yeah, Pam Blondie, if you just listen, if you think you drain the swamp, just go look into everybody that works for Donald Trump. Todd Blanche was his criminal attorney. I'm pretty sure draining the swamp doesn't mean bringing your criminal attorney to be the second in command to the top cop, who is the AG who helped you dismiss the fucking fraud charges of your university. You know, it's just such a poisonous culture when people can't read, and majority of Americans can't read above the 6th grade level, so the comprehension isn't there. And this is why education, a revamped education, is just important. It's just so important. Blondie, can I play this? Okay, you said please. Sorry. I just want to get the okay. It's very important to me. Sorry. Here we go. Smoke Blondie, check her out. Hold on, what's up, Charlie Kelly? How is the Dow? I just want to, all my songs are political, as in every other song that was created. I love when people are like, I don't like when this band gets political. Guess what? Politics almost dictates the culture that we live in. That's why you saw groups like the Dead Kennedys, the fucking Nixons, the fucking, I'm surprised there weren't Reagan fucking bands. Everything is dictated by, everything is politics. This also has to be very clear to all the people. Everything, from where you cross the street to how long you work to fucking you having weekends off to the water you drink and the air you fucking breathe. It's all politics. Why do you think Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, the Google Pinquat or whatever his name is, why do you think all these fucking titans, Larry Ellison, why do you think all the titans of industry went and fucking slopped on Donald Trump's gross shoes to lick and fucking pay fealty to their dear pervo lord of the pedo oligarchy? They did that because they were like, oh, when Tesla, which I reported on 2 weeks ago, starts dumping black lithium fucking waste from his battery plant into the fucking fresh water in Texas, which, I don't know, Texas, you got a bunch of lakes. Is that the 1,000 Lake state? I'm pretty sure it's not. You want to probably conserve that fresh water, Texas. When when Elon Musk moves there because the regulations are more lax, he could just poison the water. They don't get in trouble because that's called deregulation. It's all politics. Everything's politics. So if you meet someone who's like, oh, my shit's not political, it is. It was formed in a political climate. You can't avoid that here in America. But then there are some artists like Smoke and Blondie who are rad and who are like, of course this is political. What do you think we're fucking living in right now? You know, and there are many artists who right now are the flow bots. Do you remember them? I can ride my bike with no handlebars. You know, Donald Trump rewrote that song to I can ride my bike with no bike seat on. But the flow bots are even re-releasing or creating new music. So right now is a tumultuous time, but it births. It is the seeds of beautiful art like Smoke and Blondie's. I will play this. But I want to say what's up to Charlie Kelly. That's where I got off track. Charlie, what's up? Charlie, I was just watching It's Always Sunny. The gang exploits the mortgage crisis. We're going to do the baby thing or we're going to do the house thing. And the whole time, Charlie Kelly, I thought of you because Charlie's so brilliant in it. This is Smoke and Blondie in the comments. Subscribe to her channel. And to mine if you want. I don't know. Does anything matter? Oh, I like the wobble bass.
They built this republic on our backs. They sold our mouths for their gold. Cold chrome smiles, they count the cost in our bones. Boardroom vultures carving futures into love. They break the system, then call it law. Paper crowns on crooked kings. Watch them now. Humans in expensive cages, contrast fat with pride. Our names on edges when corruption thrives. They suck the marrow out of every trust. Leave the rest to rot and rust. We're not their asset, we're not their fans, we're flesh and blood. Will we take a stand? We're out of road foundation. Burn the fake republic. Now without blood, without ballers, strikes the police, see it loud. Shout louder than they lie. Scream to the new generation. It's time. Shout louder than they lie. Scream to the new generation. It's time.
We need more music like this.
They fear us, we are the number. Pardons for thieves, just look at their grins. They always praising sin.
Dusty, what's up? We're listening to Smoke and Blondie. How are you? How are things? I hope you're well. Love you.
When justice is sold behind closed doors, they play God with their lives, but they
Nurse Rod, what's up?
We are the factories. We're calling out the score.
Great visuals too.
Hear the steps of millions coming. We do know. Fuck these gangs. Serving who's next will smother their lies in miles of smoke. Grip the contracts, pull the strings, subpoena every name. Expose the plot, expose the fraud. Watch the empire burn. Such a shame. Fuck your bullets. We have them too.
Fuck your bullets.
We see you. It's time. Grind, grind, see the flame. Feel their system This is how we steal it back. They murder, push us to hate, but now we strike. Rattle their fucking foundation, burn it up.
So good.
Shout louder than they lie. Scream for the new generations. We'll take it back. Shout louder than they lie. Scream for the new generation. It's time to shout louder than the light. Scream for the new generation.
This is Smoking Blondie. Subscribe to her. She's in the chat.
They will fear us. We are the numbers.
Yes, I fucking love that. It's so good. I love this.
They thought the money bought silence. They thought their towers hid crimes. But we're the people they never thought to prize. It's time. We'll shake the marble from the steps. We'll drag the truth into the light. Take it back.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Go subscribe to Smoking Blondie. She's right there in the chat. I didn't know she had news music. We'll play that again. I'll link her in the description. So, like I was saying, with music always inherently being political because we constantly live in a political state in America, and whoever the artist is creating it within those reality and confines. There are certain artists who are overtly political, like Smoking Blondie, which are usually the greatest art because they're shining light on things. They're saying things in a moment in time that can only be spoken to at that moment in time that way. And it's beautiful. I think we need more art like this. So are we great yet, right? Of course, Smoking Blondie. I will always support every fucking local artist that allows me to. I always say local. What was it? Independent. Independent. Someone said, say independent. I like local because it feels local here to our little community. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to hear more music like that. Why the music in the 60s were so great. Vince, 100%. Look at that crescendo from 60s into the 70s, and then obviously the CIA infiltrating the country with Hiokeina, and we had disco, which subtly subdued the masses. So yeah, and even disco was political. You don't think that was distraction music? It gave something people to fucking dance to while they were all yacked up, and not thinking about politics anymore. Well, Reagan stripped everybody of their rights. I do. Oh, there's Tim. Thank you, Tim, for reminding me. He said something about teachers making $43K a year, which is fucking gross negligence. Teachers, I just need to say this because teachers should be paid, I don't know, 150 a year minimum. Summers off too, paid summers off, 150 a year. I never want to see a teacher have to ask for a fucking Amazon wish list again, which, by the way, is just making Jeff Bezos wealthier and wealthier. And it's not like those purchases and those wish lists are supplying his workers with, rent money. They're all door dashing or whatever after. I mean, this whole system's got to go. You know what I want to see? I want to see police do an Amazon wish list for bulletproof fucking, whatever they're wearing, cars. I don't know. Like have them do a wish list. Have them do it. Let's flip things on its head. No more teacher wish lists. If you really believe in the children, if you really believe that the children are our future, something, let them lead the way. I can't play that song. I wish I could. But if you believe the children are important, like MAGA and the Republicans all say, oh, the family unit, then you'd want teachers to be paid the most because they're mostly with your children all day because everybody has to work fucking 4 jobs, and you would want them well funded and to be able to educate them about things like history and books, The kids in Baltimore won't listen to how much you pay. Tim, that's a great point. Do you want to know why? You live in Baltimore? You've been to Baltimore? You think it's a fucking nice area? There's no distractions? You think they're all well fed and they're not one of the 5 children who go food insecure? Have you ever tried to be a child that's hungry and then had to sit in a class with your fucking stomach growling? That's my point, Tim. is that we need some kind of welfare in this society where we care for our people, where we don't let children go hungry or parents have to fucking not be at home to care about what their kids are doing in school because those parents are just trying to fucking make rent payment and afford egg at the same time. That's my point, Tim. That's my point. No, Tim, we already played the EBT shit. And Donald Trump stripped that from all of them. The EBT program should be fucking overfunded. I want everyone in this country to eat. Tim, are you saying you don't want people to eat in this country? You don't want your fellow Americans to not go starving? Not food insecure, starving every night? You know what I mean? I don't understand this backwards ass fake patriotism where people are like, I love America, but not those people. They should go hungry and have to fucking suffer. It's like, then you're not American. You're not pro-American. You don't care about Americans. What you're saying is, I'm a memosexual. I just love me. That's what you're saying. Who's paying for it? Well, Tim, if I had it my way, the billionaire class, the Epstein class, the corporations. Right now, corporations, because of big, beautiful bullshit bill, Donald Trump, which I can't wait for the big, beautiful obituary. We're going to celebrate like it's 1999. I miss Prince. Tim, right now, corporations and wealthy people are paying 21 in taxes. Your rate is probably around 22. So you're paying more than all the trillion-daires, the Pete oligarchy. So what I would do is I would tax billionaires at 100%. Wealth taxes work. We have one here in Massachusetts. Nobody references when they talk about the California or the New York one trying to go into play. But in Massachusetts, it works. Guess what? We tax people over $1 million, 4%. Not even 100%. We should have done 100%. Guess what? House prices will drop real quick if everybody starts living off less than $1 million. Everybody will go, I can't afford it. I got to do something. But when people have obscene amounts of money and they can just buy houses in cash and turn it into rental fucking lands, they don't give a fuck about you. They just want to consolidate power. So Tim, what I suggest is we have billionaires pay 100% tax. We'd raise billions. You understand me? We'd raise billions. And here's the beautiful thing, Tim, because I know your next comment and I'm not going to fucking read it or even look at the chat. Your next comment is, no, not with my tax dollars. And don't worry, it's not with yours. It's not with yours. We're going to tax the people that don't know you exist or will never thank you for bootlicking their boots. Okay? That's who we're going to tax. Just like the most prosperous time in America where MAGA loves to reference the 50s, the good old days, you know, like they love that Jim Crow South and what trickled into the 50s where they just like to think of it as white America. But they don't mention how almost everybody was in a fucking union and the tax rate for fucking, what was it, individuals or corporations was between 70 and 90%. So we could set up these welfare things. We could set up retirements. People could buy homes. Corporations and their CEOs weren't paying themselves 1,000 times to 1, the median employees. People used to get bonuses at the holidays. People used to get fucking holiday bonuses, man. Oh my God. Oh my God, go watch National Lampoon's Vacation. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's like a time capsule. It's like a time capsule. And the funny thing is about that movie that you don't think is political, it's very political. It's showing you when Chevy Chase's character doesn't get his fucking bonus that he put down the money for the pool with, and he gets the cheese and wine of the club, and the fucking guy's like, oh, it's the gift that keeps giving. What it's exposing to you is that's what happened to America. Corporations said, oh, we don't have to give them bonuses. We'll give them a cheese club fucking membership, and we'll take that money. You understand, it's a political movie. I could do this with more movies, but that's just one for you. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to tax billionaires. And if that upsets you, I would ask you to deeply, deeply, deeply look into your own eyes in the mirror and ask yourself why you're such a self-loathing class traitor. Because it will help you. If the neighborhoods do better, you'll do better. It's this crazy little thing called the fucking economy. And once people have money to spend, you know, shit gets a little better. When everybody's fighting over one fucking egg, everything gets worse. And that's just where we are. I don't know how to spell it out to you any better than that. But yeah, thanks for the questions, Tim. I hope you try not to be so stupid anymore. Or selfish. I can't figure out which one it is. It's probably selfish. You think, well, if they get paid more, then my pay looks so little, and you probably got small dick energy. You know what I mean? And that's really the problem with these men. Guys, it's not about the size, it's about how you use it. Let me just say, does that comfort you at all? Because all this small energy is really fucking America up, man. It really is. Because we could tell anytime we say, like, you know, we're going to provide for people, you're like, well, how? God damn it. Because I'm probably not included in that. And you do this reaction where it's like, whoa, 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 buddy. Don't worry. There's trillionaires. We can go after their money. And you're like, I don't think so. That guy once fucking liked a tweet I didn't do on Twitter. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be best friends with him at Epstein Island one day. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You're going to die soon. You know, that's what we're all doing in America. That's all we're doing. We're working until we fucking pass away. That's the American dream now. You just hope you can rent a fucking place with roommates in between that time. Are you fucking kidding me, Tim? Good God. Good God, damn it. I need some political music. Smoke a blondie. Thank you. There's the zip ties. Watch Smoking Blondie's video. We're going to get into this. If you could read, I mean, you know.
Boots on pavement, bass in my chest. Batch got power, but no fucking test.
Hold on.
Mask on face, no name, no soul, we check.
Bernie Sanders make billionaires pay their fair share taxes 5%. That's what I mean. Bernie Sanders is too moderate for me. I'm not even going to say that dude's name. Clearly just a racist chode. Dude is spending his life complaining about the government and nothing will ever change. I hate to break it to you. I helped bring that millionaire's tax to Massachusetts. So I won't share everything I do, you racist twat, but we have action committees. We have organizations. We unionize. We fucking work with the people. What do you think this is? Do you think I'm just whining online about the peed oligarchy? I would hope you're speaking out. Right now, silence is complicity. There's no fence riding in this one. I know you're probably on. You're going to play I'm on the fence. But you know what I say about people who are sitting on the fence? You got nothing in your nethers. Pick a fucking side. You either pick the losing side, the twatsies, just look through history, or you understand there's a new woke order happening, and we're rising from the ashes of this fucking crumbling empire. God damn it. This is why I love this song, Smoking Blondie. You just feel safe because you were white. I don't even need to fucking understand anything more about you. You think my whiteness keeps me safe, and you sad, pathetic chud. Go ask the soy farmers in farm Kansas or Alabama, wherever the fuck they live, if they're safe now losing their homes. You're just higher up on the list. Jesus. And let me be very clear, you're anti-American. If you don't stand with the Americans, not the peed oligarchy class, you're anti-American. You can't watch your neighbors suffer and think, well, they're a little different than me, and fucking think that's American. God damn these people.
This ain't safety, this domination, this ain't border, this probation. When documents matter more than breath, you ain't protected, you're marked for death. Dog, siren, bass, wobble, echo, spiral. No warrant, no justice, no mercy, no trial. Show me your papers. Slave watch while the empire burns. Fascism don't march in jack boots. It moves in while the people learn. Show me your papers. Remember the people.
All right. God. All right. Sorry. Thank you, Smoking Blondie. Your music calms me down. Oh God. Hey, little Chud, whatever your name is. I don't have a side. I don't know if you know this. Leftists, socialists do not have a party since Eugene fucking Debs in America. I think over 100 years, there's no socialism party. You think there's a socialism news channel? Are you fucking crazy? What's wrong with you, man? I've never been a Democrat. Welcome to the live stream. You're clearly new here. Hit subscribe if you want to learn more about how Democrats and leftists are not the same thing. I feel like we need a Sesame Street show for these people. I really do. And there's one with puppets, a great one with puppets. I forget. It's on TikTok. We really need to get back to the basics with these people that are like, well, your party, da da da. So listen, man. Just because you're embarrassed that you voted for a graper, a guy who wanted to bang his own daughter, and now that everything in the Epstein files is coming out, you're trying to back away from it by saying, look over there. Bro, just come to full terms with it. It's not too late to fucking back out and be like, I just test this, like Andrew Schultz, not Joe Rogan, not Tim Pool. But, you know, Andrew Schultz is at least being like, I detest this. Theo Vaughn, you know, they're trying to back up. They're still on record fully supporting and putting this regime into power. But it's just good that, you know, you're not still that deep fucking into the pickle patch. You know what I mean?
Let's talk to you a little bit more. You spoke with the president yesterday morning. He campaigned on lowering gas prices, but dismissed the spike.
Yeah, George, when I spoke with him, he is dismissing the economic fallout of this war. And
How's that feel, MAGA? How's that feel, MAGA? He's dismissing your year and something pride parade for gas prices, you know? Your pride parade for gasoline, your petro pride parade of the past year. Donald Trump's dismissing it, and Carolyn Levitt is fucking, and Pete Hegseth, they're all like, yeah, shh. We don't pay for gas. We use your taxes for that. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think Donald Trump gets out and pumps his own gas? Oh, you think he knows what the price of gas is? Somebody tells that man what gas costs. He don't care. He lives in a country club, and you sad saps are like, that's my working class guy. The guy that said you're fired on TV all the time. He's for me.
I asked him directly on the phone yesterday if he's concerned about rising gas prices, and he told me, I think it's fine. It's a little glitch. He said, we had to take this detour. I knew exactly what was going to happen with this detour. The impact of this war is obviously having a huge global impact, but all...
You guys are so stupid. Oh my God. I can't believe you guys brought us here. Man, really, you guys are the worst of the worst. You really brought us to a place where we cannot return from, you know. Just wait till it's $10 a gallon. Oh, it's going to be funny. All right, let's read this. Daily Beast. The woman who accused Donald Trump of sexually abusing her when she was 13 provided several verifiable details of her life in interviews with the FBI, according to a new report. The woman detailed her alleged abuse by Donald and convicted Epstein over 4 interviews in 2019, the files revealed. Oh, subscribe now to unlock access. Fuck, I hate when they do this. This is why I screenshotted it. The woman who accused Donald of her when she was 13 provided several verifiable details about her life in interviews with the FBI. The woman detailed her alleged abuse by Trump. Oh yeah, I read that. The Post and Courier reported that the woman gave FBI agents details about her family background and legal history, which the paper was able to verify as true. Oh, there he is with his best friend. There's Epstein with his best friend, pervert in chief. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Levitt told the Daily Beast in a statement that the woman's allegations are completely baseless. It came from a sadly disturbed woman. Would you expect anything else? That's what the people who buy this shit. Do you expect anyone in the White House to come out and be like, we should investigate that to make sure it's not verified or verified? Do you expect anything else from the regime that brought you the files don't exist it's only a Democrat hoax. Only the Democrats are real, but the rest is a Democratic hoax meant to spoil us. Do you expect anything else? I really want to make it this basic because I feel like sometimes we have to fucking speak in, you know, toddlerese to get through to these people. Did you expect anything else? When this shit's reported on, it's almost pointless to read because Caroline Leavitt isn't there because of her fucking morality and ethical code. She's there because she will protect this dumb twat at all costs. And as soon as the wind fucking changes and even Donald Trump says something contrary to what she said, and I'll make my point in a second, then she's gone. So that's what this is all about. The newly corroborated details suggest the woman was truthful about numerous aspects of her life in the interviews. In her account to the FBI, the woman claimed that Trump forced to commit an act on her sometimes around 1984, which there's already documented documentaries about Donald Trump in the 80s and 90s. Plus, he's on record millions of times talking about fucking going against women's consent, not getting their consent at all, just grabbing them by the... You know what I mean? So for those who think this might be far-fetched, I just want you to think about, you know, the fucking breadcrumb trail he's been leaving for decades. This is the most bewildering part when people are like, well, the Democrat, Joe Biden. Guys, I need you to focus. I understand this is your hero. I understand you're very subservient. You've made an existence that completely fucking... only fucking exists to worship one man. Not a country, not a flag, not a fucking dollar, just one man. That's why he sold digital trading cards with his face on another man's body as like a fireman astronaut or I don't know what. But because he knew, he was like, the fucking servants that worship me will purchase this. And they did. Okay, here we go. So they even, now people are just embedding the files in there too. You can read them, I've already, it's disgusting. She said Epstein began abusing her and trafficking her to several men when she was between 13 and 15 after he responded to an advertisement for babysitting services her mother, a real estate agent in South Carolina, placed in a package she would provide to her clients. Weird. The woman named one Ohio businessman. If you don't know about Ohio, this is like the center of pervert activity too, with Les Wexner and all the buildings named after him and the universities that participated in this. There's a real hub of what seems like pervology going on there. I don't know if they can make a new religion like Scientology and they could do pervology where they just worship Baal and, you know, whatever sacrifices are sacrifices. But the woman named one Ohio businessman as one of her abusers, describing him as a man with gray hair and big ears. She told agents she believed him to be affiliated with the Cincinnati-based college. Here is the thing. The Post and Courier reported that the unnamed Ohio businessman was a board member of the college. That's weird, right? The woman told agents that she only saw Epstein once in a non-sexual encounter, recalling a chance encounter at a Rick James concert in Savannah, Georgia when she was about 15. That is one of those deep cuts where you're like, all right, you're not rattling off random Rick James in Savannah, Georgia concerts if you didn't go. You know what I mean? Try to just tell me about a concert in a fucking random year. You don't even know the year. You just say when you're 15. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't go, you can't be like, I was 15 and I saw Government Mule in fucking Tulsa. You can't do that. When she was about 15, newspaper records confirmed that James regularly performed in Savannah, the area at the time. Oh, weird. I guess she was just looking up on Google, where did Rick James regularly perform? You know what I mean? That's like me being like, I went to the Horde Festival and Lenny Kravitz fucking came 10 feet from me and Blues Traveler played with Rusted Root. You don't even know what the Horde Festival it is. But if you look it up, it was a Blues Traveler fucking festival that used to travel around in the 90s. And Lenny Kravitz came 10 feet from me. It was fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like, there's some truth to that. The woman also said that Epstein had blackmailed her with nude photos and that her mother embezzled money from her employer in an attempt to pay off the PDF around 1985. The mother ended up in federal prison near Columbia, South Carolina. Oh my God. The damage these people, these billionaires wreak on our society and our fellow Americans is untold. Untold. You know, that lady was just trying to, before the days of the internet where, you know, you could never get shit back, just trying to buy those photos back from a billionaire. But that wasn't his game. His game wasn't money. His game was power. And then she goes to federal prison. Records confirm that her mother was involved in a crime of this nature around the time. Interesting. Interesting. According to the FBI summary, the woman alleged that when Trump struck her and told others to take her out of the room, a point she clarified in a later interview. Redacted clarified that when she previously said Trump struck her after she bit him on the... Good for her. You know, you got to take those wins in the little things. She provided further details that he pulled her hair and punched her on the side of her head. Dude should be in prison. Dude should be in prison. In her fourth and final interview, the files released by the DOJ indicate that the woman told investigators she felt discouraged about pursuing the allegations because the incidents had happened decades earlier. What's the point, she said. Well, especially what's the point when the dude in charge doesn't lend any credibility to any kind of truth. The only truth he wants is the one he created, the one he fabricated. That's why when gas prices are hitting you right now, he's like, oh, well, that's not my truth. Gas prices don't bother me. I used your tax money to go golfing while soldiers are dying. I'm using your tax money. He doesn't give a shit. Just like he used his daddy's money to get to the presidency. Just like he used Elon Musk's money to secure the presidency. And now he's just using your money. You understand how that works? Public service. And don't forget, he sent this to Jeff. Remember when he said, that doesn't exist, I'm going to sue Rupert Murdoch for $10 billion. And then they were like, well, you mean this doesn't exist? And he was like, whatever. And everybody was like, yeah, Donald. So here's what I want to tell you about Carolyn Levitt saying this is completely baseless from a... Hello? 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 Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Dusty, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, can you guys hear me? Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Thank you, Vince, Chris. Bob, good to see you. Sardon, Nurse Rod, thank you. What the are you talking about? Yeah, well, hey, what's this thing you're talking about that's been going on for over a year? What is this madness? It's called the Epstein files. Your buddy Donald Trump is, you know, basically it's the Trump files featuring Epstein. We got checked in on, I bet. Yeah, listen. The government's like, all right, he's still too small to do anything about. So hit subscribe. Let's, you know, make this channel become newsworthy. Because if it gets views, it's news. As my woke god, R.M. Brown, once said. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, I don't have a clip of R.M. Brown saying that, but I will say this.
But I thought that was funny.
Thank you. You got the joke.
Yeah, you shut the hell up, you moron.
I'm very sorry. Go check out R.M. Brown. He's awesome. Okay, I froze for a second. Okay, thank you. All right. So what I was saying is with Caroline Cerberus Levitt saying this woman is completely baseless, disturbed. You know, that's why she was hired. You understand that. They're not like, hey, you know what? We'll investigate this to the full extent of the law. Like normally you hear Congress people say and not mean. Yeah, we'll totally look into that with a full extent of the law. Right. Okay. I'm sure people will fucking, you know, see justice.
The gas prices!
Oh, Lou, just shut up, man. We're so fucking far beyond Biden. Listen, here's the thing, you fucking loser. You should go back to the pickle patch and go do some deep knee bends, man. Donald Trump really loves when you're doing that because this exhausting thing that one of these Trump trolls come in. And don't delete him. Let Lou stay. Don't delete him. Don't make him disappear. You know, these people need to learn that the whole what about Biden thing, you know, we're too deep into it. You know, we're too deep into it. And if you know anything about me, I don't like Biden. I think Biden and Merrick Garland should have put Donald Trump in prison long before this. So in some sense, you're right. This criminal should have been in prison. You're right. You're right. That's what you were saying, Lou, right? It's 34 felonies. No way you can run for president. Put him in prison. Lou's saying, I don't know. And none of my friends, well, he doesn't have friends. Nobody I've ever heard about getting 34 felonies doesn't go to prison. You know, if he was in California, I'm pretty sure 3 strikes and you're out. He'd be buried under the prison. But somehow it didn't fucking apply to him. Interesting. So you're right, Lou. Good point. We should have gotten justice before this pedo oligarchy took the control of the regimes. But what I wanted to point out is this. Caroline Cerberus Reddit, or Levitt, whatever her name is. I don't give a shit. She doesn't care about, truth and fucking morality. I don't give a fuck about her name. I call her twat rag for all I give a shit. And I wanted to show you this because this is recently in the news. This is from a Substack. I linked it down below. Go check out Tom Hicks, The Unredacted Bastard. A pretty good read. I just want to show you some of it. Are you already awake? What's up, buddy? Trump's $220 million ego ad just started a MAGA civil war because Kristi Noem brought the receipts. So here's the thing. This is what I wanted to point out. This is a very interesting thing about this article. Oh, does it start here? Here we go. This guy breaks down MAGA very, very well. For years, Trump's political universe has operated on a brutally simple rule set. Loyalty flows upward. You see it in the cult of MAGA. If the boss asks for something ridiculous, you salute and do it. That's why every cabinet meeting is, sir, nothing's ever been so great in our lives. This is the greatest, happiest moment of my life to serve you at your pleasure. That's why every cabinet meeting, you can go back and watch them. I did. They're pathetic, especially in an alpha male universe. You wouldn't be so subservient to some pedo, but okay, whatever. It's not supposed to make sense. It's only about loyalty to Donald Trump. If reporters start sniffing around you afterward, you pretend the whole thing never happened. And if the situation starts smelling like legal trouble, Trump suddenly develops the memory of a goldfish that just got smacked with a frying pan. That's his MO. When they're like, are you supposed to uphold the Constitution? He's like, I don't really know if I'm supposed to. I kind of forgot dementia. It'd almost be safer if he was like, dementia. Oh, my dementia's kicking in. Ooh, don't remember. Like, that would be more clever than his whole I'm not sure. Let me check with Marco Rubio. That's what he does. He passes the buck to somebody lower than him because they all have to just sniff his panties and fucking say, yes, sir. Normally, that system works beautifully for him. It runs like a greasy carnival ride, chaotic, loud, occasionally nauseating, but the guy running the booth always walks away with the cash while everyone else argues about the rules of the game. That sentence is haunting to me because I need you to understand, while everybody's talking about, we're going to introduce articles of impeachment, it's like, this dude's already broken everything, became a trillionaire with crypto fucking schemes and making betting legal on everything, even Kamimi's death, and he's jacking up gas prices, and the oil barons are lobbying him and donating to his campaign, which is just going to be his fucking kids' money, I'm guessing.
The gas prices!
Calm down, Fox News. But this is a haunting thing because this system works slow. If you've just been in America for a minute, you understand, justice isn't on time. Fucking Congress doesn't move. They're working to, the clip I played, they said we're working to introduce articles of impeachment this week. I'm like, too late, man. She lied under oath weeks ago. Too late. It's too late. Get the fucking zip ties. So this is a haunting fucking reality of what we're living in. While these people try to use the system that has already been perverted and corrupted to put the fucking pedos in power and siphon money from us, they're still insisting that we use the system that didn't punish them. Like Lou said, this dude has 34 felonies and isn't in prison. He's the president. He has all these allegations, and Carolyn Cerberus Reddit was like, no, that lady's crazy. Not the dude who's clearly losing his mind on camera. That lady's crazy. Who the FBI verified, news reporting verified her. They re-interviewed her 4 times, and we withheld the files. She's crazy. Not the people withholding the files, but she is. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy making that these people are like, yeah, the system that put this into power is the one we're going to use to dismantle it. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. I'm pretty sure just from fucking existing by saying like, hey, when the police police the police, you always get justice, isn't fucking how it works. And I don't know how many times people got to bang their head against that fucking systemic wall to understand that this isn't you don't know how this ends, right? You don't. If you think like we're voting our way out of this. We couldn't vote our way into healthcare. Couldn't vote our way into fucking securing egg. We couldn't vote our way into low gas prices, MAGA. You think you're voting your way out of getting a criminal out of power? He's a criminal. That's not me. That's the courts. 34 felonies. He's a criminal. The Law and Order crowd elected a felon. Enough. Okay. This time, though, the loyalists appear to have kept the receipts, and nothing scares an authoritarian personally more than a local subordinate with documentation. And this is what I was talking about when you hear Carolyn, Cerberus, Reddit, whatever her name is, come out and say, all those accusers in the Epstein files are just sad, disturbed women. This is what happens when you don't even not cross Donald Trump's path, but when you mistakenly do. This is what we're going to see here. You're not, oh, wait. Let me get to the next page. According to Kristi Noem's sworn Senate testimony and something previously made publicly at CPAC, the campaign started with a donation. I can't read that word. There's something in there with Donald Trump. Trump has seen the, quote, Freedom Works Here ads. Oh, this is why Kristi Noem was hired again. Sorry, I can't see it. There's stuff blocking it. Trump had seen the, quote, Freedom Works Here ads. She ran as governor of South Dakota. This is some of the saddest shit ever. Talk about, people fucking dressing up and pretending to be something when people coming in here being like, oh, you're just complaining. Yeah, at least I'm not fucking cosplaying my way into governor. That's kind of pathetic. She didn't fucking help anybody. She just stole their tax money to fucking pretend to be all these working people to grift them out of their rights. Those ads featured Noem doing working class cosplay. Plumber, electrician, builder, the political equivalent of a Halloween costume labeled, trust me, I absolutely know how a wrench works. Trump loved them. Not the policy, not the messaging, the aesthetic. So according to Noem, Trump told her he wanted the same style of ads focused on immigration at the border. Not press conferences, not policy briefings, a marketing campaign designed to tell his story his way. That's all Donald. When people say, oh, you're just talking, that's all Donald Trump does. He just put his name on buildings and people thought, oh, that's got to be his empire. Not understanding that if you just read even poorly, he stole that from his father. He stole it from his family members. He's the one who inherited the Fred Trump real estate fucking empire. He didn't do anything. He just took his dad's name off it. He did nothing. It was all a PR campaign. That's why he created a fake person named John Barron to call in to hot goss news stations and say, wow, that Donald Trump is awesome in the bed. That's what all the women tell me. He's a pathetic fucking sack of shit. So he doesn't care about policy. He doesn't know about policy. He fucking, probably cheated his way through school. This guy knows nothing besides if you make it in gold and say my name, people will worship it like a fucking calf. So this makes sense. This tracks, as they say. Then came the detail that changed the entire character of the campaign. Hold on, I gotta move these. According to Noem, Trump instructed that the first ad should thank him personally for closing the border. That's not subtle messaging. That's not neutral government communication. That's taxpayer-funded commercial with built-in moment of the something. Let's go to the next page. Suddenly, Trump begins telling reporters he wasn't thrilled with the campaign and really didn't know anything about it. Where do we think this is going? Where do we think this is going? Oh, it's not looking good for Donald Trump that she spent $220 million dressing up like a fucking prison warden and going to El Salvador to stand in front of prisoners and fucking be like, look, we're the best country in the world. Thank you, Donald Trump. That's what she did. We don't have the money for what? Feeding kids, but $220 million to do photo ops and cosplay? All right. I don't want to hear any of you MAGA talk about anybody who does cosplay ever again, okay? Because your government's doing it right now as a government, and they're really just criminal pedo oligarchs, okay?
It's a trap.
It is. It is. That's right. Okay. So, which is fascinating because the statement doesn't just contradict critics, it contradicts Noam's sworn testimony. Who's lying? Because if she's lying, then prison, right? Right? Sworn testimony, liar, she should go to prison because she's got all this responsibility. And you should show the people who don't have that much responsibility what happens when you fuck up at the top. But that's not how America works, you know? She's riding high in the shield of America's being top queef or something. I don't know. Trump and his allies have suggested that she may have misled Congress by claiming he approved the campaign. That's not a polite disagreement. That's a political knife wearing a necktie. Knife fight wearing a necktie. Because if Trump is telling the truth, Noam fabricated a story about him and repeated it publicly for months before telling the same story under oath. This is the funniest thing about people that work for Donald Trump. They're just like, I'm just telling you what happened. He loves that I scammed North Dakota, West Dakota out of, their beliefs because I dressed up like a fucking plumber and they voted for me. Which totally tracks with how Donald Trump will hire people. He's like, that girl's good in front of a camera. He doesn't give a shit about policy. In fact, he has none. Just look at the war we're in. They've said, what, 1 million different things? We're doing it for their freedoms. And why are you putting them into rubble? That's not exactly freedom. And then, we got to get rid of the Ayatollah. They already anointed a new one, or however they do it. It was their white smoke out of the Pope's thing. I don't know. But it's all a fucking fraud. You know, this guy knows nothing. He just knows what looks presenting. He knows the aesthetics of things. And if you don't believe me, go listen to what I played about him last week, where instead of talking about the war, he talked about curtains and how he's really good at design. That's your alpha male. He said he was good at picking out curtains. Oh, God. And I would almost be embarrassed for melanoma. But that dumb bitch is Epstein's best friend, too. So I don't feel bad for her. What I do is say, be best. Okay. Where are we? If Noam is telling the truth, Trump just tossed her under the bus like a driver late for lunch. This is my favorite thing about working for Trump. If you don't know, go look up like John Bolton, Bill Barr. Who are those other generals? He gets rid of everyone, and then as soon as he's fired, he's like, they were the worst person ever. It starts with they're the greatest at what they do, and he'll never tell you what they do because they're just propagandists who are loyal to his panty crown. And then it turns out that they were, the worst ever and traitors to the crown.
The gas prices!
But this is par for the course. Again, this tracks. You know, if you don't sniff Donald Trump's panties, he will get rid of you. Either way, someone's version of events is wobbling harder than a folding chair at a monster truck rally. So again, we're going over this because I want to show you what happens when she didn't even mean. Christine Noam literally was telling you her experience, what she lived through. Donald Trump saw my dumb commercials and he hired me. And Donald Trump's like, no, I don't remember any of that. And he might not remember it because he does have dementia and he's stupid. You know, imagine a stupid person with dementia. It's like they don't know much already, but then they're forgetting it all. Oh, God. It's almost a sad combo, but then you've read the Epstein files and you have no fucking empathy for that twat. But this is par for the course. This is why you see Carolyn Levitt, Cerberus herself, come. That hound from hell dives up with her big chain on that's connected to Donald Trump's taint. And she goes, "Rawr, those women in the allegations are sad, disturbed. I have to say this. I have to say this. I'm rotting from the inside. Ah, do you have 2 pence so I can cross the river Styx?" You know, like what a pathetic fucking existence she has. But that's why I'm showing you this, because I'm showing you that there is a loyalty trap, and you could set it yourself by just being honest when Donald Trump's like, no, we're lying about that. And you're like, oh, God damn, I told the truth the whole time. Oh, now I'm fired. The loyalty trap. There's a pattern here. By now it's obvious. It might as well be printed on a damn t-shirt. Then MAGA might buy it. Trump asks a loyalist to do something politically risky. The loyalist does it. When the backlash arrives, Trump suddenly remembers he was nowhere near the room and lets the loyalist twist in the wind like a cheap flag in a hurricane. But they all know, like, there's no justice for politicians in America. They don't fucking receive justice. They receive a corporate lobbyist job. Michael Cohen learned this the hard way. Bill Barr learned. Yeah, all these guys really learned it the hard way. They're all like doing podcasts. Judy Giuliani, whatever his name is, Booty Giuliano, Jason Giuliani, Bleeding Hair Dye Giuliano learned it with enough legal bills to wallpaper a courthouse. Yeah, but now he's like doing a podcast. Like, these people should be in prison. You know what I mean? In a fair and just society, law and order, yada, yada, yada. They'd all be in prison. You know, they'd all be somebody's girlfriend in prison. Now, Christine may be discovering the same unpleasant truth. Loyalty inside Trump's orbit works a lot like a casino. Hopefully not one he runs. You might win a few rounds, but eventually the house takes the chips. Trump doesn't run a loyalty test. He runs a loyalty trap. So, whenever somebody cites, oh, well, Carolyn Levitt, and they don't say Cerberus herself, they just repeat these things. That's how you know they heard it, because it's very distinct language. It's that of a 6-year-old. You know, these people are debaucherous in a toddleric way. They just repeat this stuff. You see it all the time. You hear it all the time. Oh, I heard those was completely baseless. Oh, you did? I'm guessing you watch Fox News.
The gas prices!
So that is very important to understand about these people. They don't come out and say that, you know, well, the White House told me. They just repeat the bullshit. And the thing is that story from Substack, linked down below, is important. Not just for us to comprehend that there's a long trail of fucking unemployed people who now do podcasts and probably will never serve jail time, who committed heinous acts against the American public with the trust that we had given them. There's a long, long trail that tracks for specifically this moment and the next moment and every moment who puts their loyalty and faith in this man, is that he has never rewarded anyone. Never. In fact, he's only about punishment. Tell me one fucking policy where he rewarded Americans. Tariffs didn't. Oh, he told you that. Oh, bring back those sweatshop jobs you guys are all craving. You ready to make some iPhones while you're paying fucking $40 for a bag of chips? You know, the words mean nothing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's never fucking done anything for people. He had concepts of a healthcare plan, which was just to take it away. The only people he rewards are the people who think will reward him. So like with the billionaires, the oil barons, do you remember when he was campaigning, it was reported that he in a room said, whoever will donate $1 billion will go drill, baby, drill. He clearly got that billion because Venezuela, Iran, you see what I mean? It's a quid pro quo with this fucking criminal. And he is a criminal, 34 felony counts. So people need to understand that. No, you know who's a douche professionally? Des. Is your name Des? This dude. And anybody who defends him with understanding would say, oh, maybe you can't read. I can't read the Epstein files to you because they're too heinous, you know? They're really grotesque. Of what is alleged against this man who, you know, they'll never investigate because their whole existence and they're grifting the American taxpayer rests on this man. You know, J.D. Vance, you guys can cheer him on all you want. He ain't the couch fucking charismatic person that's going to take the reins. I'm sorry. You know, you guys aren't buying J.D. Vance was right about everything hats. You know, Donald Trump selling Trump was right about everything, and you fell right in line. Oh, yeah, he's right about everything. Gas is $20 a gallon. He called it. He called it yesterday. So that's what's pathetic. People who still simping for this dude who would clearly f your kids in front of you. You know what I mean? And be like, I got the money to do it. What are you going to do about it? He would f your kids in front of you. Did you get that? And if you're like, oh, I don't have kids. Okay, who do you care about? Because he doesn't even care about his daughter. I was playing the clip earlier where he was like,
The gas prices!
oh, sorry, wrong clip. Where he was like, I would totally bang my daughter, you know, if we weren't on stage. I don't know what he said. But he would gladly bang your wife while you fucking cried into your MAGA hat, you know? I can't believe the simps that stand up for this dude. Show me you have no backbone, okay? Well, what's up, Pink Fur? Good to see you. Good to see you, Pink Fur. And yes, I know what a woman is before you try to ask. We got to cut these people off in the past. We know what a woman is. She covers her drink when you walk by. But let's be honest, you incels don't have the fucking courage to talk to women. That's why we got here, you know? Y'all think it's you think society's to blame, you know, that the migrants took my dating jobs or whatever you're fucking crying about. I've never met if you want to talk about complaining, you know, there's an appropriate time to complain. It's like when we're run by the pedo oligarchy of criminals. That's an appropriate time to be like, it seems like there's no rules for the rich while they suffocate our constitutional rights. That's the time you speak up, just in case you're, I don't know, stupid. That's the time to speak up and organize if you're, you know, a moron. The time not to complain is when, you know, someone fucking is like, hey, there's this huge virus going around. We should wear a mask to stop the spread. And you're like, HIPAA laws. You know, that's not the time. This is the time to shut the fuck up and do what doctors say. But again, you probably see a horse veterinarian or something. So who am I to judge, you know? And in the land of the free, you and Joe Rogan are free to go see your horse veterinarian. Pink Fur is here. He's reading what they put out. What's up, Tammy? I seen you earlier. I'm sorry, I didn't read your comments. Sorry. I don't get to see all of the comments sometimes. And sometimes people have a comment that, you know, wait, hold on, like this. 125 people watching. I played to more people that in a bar. Oh, give us your music. What do you play? I love Donald Trump. He can touch my kids if he wants. What is your music? Pathetic fucking Rage for the Machine? Are you the guy on Craigslist who's like, we got to start a Rage Against the Machine for right-wingers called Rage for the Machine? Are you kidding me? Pathetic, man. I'm sure you fucking played to people in this imaginary fucking world you fucking brought up. It's just his word against hers. Are you kidding me? Listen, anybody who comes out and says it's just his word against hers doesn't understand the dynamic fucking reality of this. Hold on. Sometimes, guys, and don't delete him. Don't delete that person. Do not. We got to let these comments exist. So unless they're being homophobic, racist, misogynist, transphobic, or just broken brand, do not get rid of them, because this is sometimes very funny and can be learning. It can be educational for these people. Hold on, let me just put up this. There we go. Hold on, what did that dude say again? Oh yeah, that's right. He said it's their word against his. And I don't want to, you know, call common sense into this when somebody says it's that lady's word against Donald Trump. There are hundreds of survivors. Donald Trump, just in his last campaign, had, I believe, 20 plus accusers. So it's almost, I don't know if it's negligence on your behalf or you're just so Fox fed. You have an intravenous Fox News tab, you know, right into the vein. You got a fucking mainline Fox News into your veins. But I don't know what kind of level of stupid you're operating at. But when you say, oh, it's her word against Donald Trump's, I need you to understand something. That's true in this one case. There are hundreds of these similar fucking allegations against him, and not even just in the Epstein files. We're going back to like he bought Miss Teen pageants and then bragged about going into their locker rooms to peep on them at 60 years old. He's said this for fucking eons. So the whole argument of it's her word against his just doesn't stand up in, common sense court. Because if there was one accuser, okay, But again, this is one of those times where you hear people say where there's smoke, there's fire. I can't even subscribe to that. I'm just saying the house is fucking burning and you're either still standing in it going, this is fine. This is fine. Hey, man, it's just warm. Somebody turned the heat on. That's all. And everybody's outside going, dude, the house you're in a pedo's house, man. And it's on fire. And you're like, nah, pretty sure that's your word against mine right now. And I'm in it. Like, you sound like a fucking idiot. I'm trying to help you here. That's what I want you to understand. I know this is brash, but you're the fuck your feelings crowd. So I figured the way to talk to you is this. That's how you understand. I got to talk down to you like Donald Trump does. Say, hey, some of you guys are going to die. What? That's more. That's more. Isn't that what you wanted? Oh, no, you didn't, but now you do? I got to talk down to you and treat you like a moron. That's the way Donald Trump fucking speaks to you. You don't believe me? Do you not believe me?
Educated? I love the poorly educated.
He called you poorly educated. He doesn't love Democrats. He hates fucking leftists. He doesn't like the radical woke new order that I am. He hates us. You know who he loves?
Educated? I love the poorly educated.
And you wooed in the background. He talks down to you at every fucking moment he can. He says, smart people don't like me. I love the poorly educated. Don't take Tylenol.
There's a lot of stupid people in this country running things.
Well, that was him.
Smart people don't like me. Don't take Tylenol.
Oh my God. He just talks down to you like you are a fucking imbecile. So I'm using that same technique to get this message across that, just either shut up and people will assume you're smarter than you are, or if you're going to open your mouth, just use common sense. That's all. Trump should be in prison. Unicorn mullet. Interesting name. I'd like to see that unicorn. He hates poor people. He does hate poor people. He was ordered to pay millions to E. Jean Carroll. Yeah, have you read that case? Have you seen his, what was it, the fucking testimony where they called him in? I forget what it's called. This dude is just, it's just funny to me when people are like, I remember when I was younger, someone was like, you listen to DMX, why'd you listen to a guy who would beat you up? And I was like, dude, DMX is a little prophetic, and he prays in all his albums. He's amazing, right? Plus, I just liked his art. But that always haunts me when I think about people who vote for Donald Trump. I'm like, he would gladly fire you if it made him look cooler. Like he had a whole TV show where he was like, you're fired. And he just did that so he could fire people. He could show people he was the boss. And these people that slub away at their fucking 3 jobs and then go to DoorDash after are like, yeah, that's my guy. He's really caring about me. I'm like, he lives on a fucking golf course fucking country club. You think he knows you exist? My Christ, man, get it back. Fucking understand who you are in society. You're a fucking peon to him. You're not to me. That's why I was trying to educate you, you little dummy. Trying to make you have some backbone. When a politician says, I love the poorly educated. I hate the radical left. I don't like Democrats, but you poorly educated. Oh, I don't really care about you. I just need your vote. All of things he said. I want you to have a spine and go, this isn't sounding so great. I think he's talking down to us. But again, with stupidity, you don't understand sarcasm, I guess, or fucking anything. You don't understand point blank fucking insults at this point. The only thing that's threatening to you is fucking if a guy goes into a woman's locker room, not Donald Trump, right? Because Donald Trump bragged about going to women's locker rooms. I don't fucking get MAGA. I just think they're such pathetic fucking weasels that they saw Donald Trump being all gropey and grabbing him by the pussy, and they wanted to be that so bad. They were like, I don't give a shit what he does, man. That's so cool.
The gas prices!
Because now that's what's happening, Trump released 5,000 Taliban soldiers and gave them permission to attack our troops if we didn't leave Afghanistan on his timeline. He withdrew our troops, so we only had a few hundred left there. Well, on the top of that, he called them suckers and losers. He called John McCain a not war hero. He, oh, here, I'll just show you a picture. While the military's getting ready to go to war for his oil buddies, he's on the golf course golfing on your dime. If you think he's paying for this, you're fucking stupid. That's probably the golf course where he lives too. Yeah, that guy who's surrounded by fucking, gardens that are now, I'm guessing, groomed and fucking cultivated by white people. I don't know how this works, but I'm sure he gives a shit about you. Oh man, where is the clip? Where is it?
Educated. I love the poorly educated.
Oh,
I moved on her like a bitch.
he did. He did. Oh God.
But I thought that was funny.
Thank you, R.M. Brown. I appreciate you. Go watch R.M. Brown. What does this say? Oh, this is what I was trying to say, man. Fran Lebowitz. Love her. Trump allows people to express their racism and bigotry in a way that they haven't been able to in quite a while, and they really love him for it. The shocking thing to realize is people love their hatred more than they care about their own actual lives. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing people erode from the inside because they found a guy who will say the shit like I played for you earlier, where he said, I'm not learning your language. I'm a dickhead. I'm not going to learn your language, right? Which is fucking hilarious because it's like, why even say that, There's somebody pointed out in the comments, there's like earbuds to translate. There are translators. He even talks shit about a translator. I don't want to play that audio because, again, he's a boring dementia fucking riddled pedo. But this dude is like, this is what I mean. It's like clips like this where these, inbred fucking white Americans who bought a home from their parents in the fucking South. They've never seen the ocean in their life. They're proud of America, but hate Americans. These people latch on, they glom onto this. When Donald Trump says shit like, I'll never learn your language. They're like, yeah, that's my guy, man. Why know things, Meanwhile, Europe, China, fucking Russia, they're all teaching their children 3-4 languages. That's the one thing I idolize about fucking those other countries, that they're they're fucking learning so many languages just fucking through school. It's amazing. Like, why wouldn't you want your kids to be bilingual, trilingual, quadringual, cinco de linguo, It's so fucking crazy to me. Like, what's the maggots, M-A-G-A-T-S. Tell me what's the downside of your kid knowing more languages. Like, I just want to know what the downside is. I want to understand how knowing more is a bad thing. But this is what they glom onto. The maggots, they hear this and this is like, like they hear this and they have to go to OnlyFans after because these fucking little humpy dogs get so excited.
Okay, right? It helps. He's got a language. He's got a language advantage over me because I'm not learning your damn language.
They hear that and they start. They're like Pavlovian dogs. They start salivating. They're like, that's America. I'm not learning your language. They get all gropey. They want to grab Donald by the and that's not me saying it. I'd never say that. That's presidential language, man. That's not me. I don't move like a bitch. Donald does. What's up? Avitala, the winged wolf. Good to see you. Frankie. Oh, wait a minute. Why did that get deleted? Frankie Berry had been in here for a while. Dusty, what was that he said? I was just about to read that. Unless it was homophobic, racist, misogynist, and he was a broken brain. Frankie Berry, I want to read that. Come back tomorrow. I don't know what he was saying. But let some of these people chat, because even if they're saying something, we got to have the dialogue. We gotta re-educate, That's what they're so scared of. They think they're going to start re-education camps. And the thing is Donald Trump hates education. You think he's going to educate anyone? He just dismantled the Department of Education. We need to this dumb propagandist again. Yeah, I'm a propagandist for the working class, for fucking you, unless you're some bot from fucking Jeff Bezos who's meant to go in here and be like, guys, everybody should love peeing in a bottle and not having any sick time. It's so fucking sweet, dude. I work 40 million hours a day. It's awesome. I go from my first job to my second job, then I DoorDash, and then I maybe take a nap, and then I Uber Eats. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. America sucks. America sucks. You understand that? We're run by a criminal Pete oligarchy while people are working 3 jobs of fucking rent with roommates. Get the fuck out of here. See, that's a fucking comment where you can just be like, get, anyone who's like a propagandist. I'm like, dude, we just detailed through different fucking news clips and fucking articles about how you're succumbing to propaganda every fucking day. And you think someone who says you should be paid $66 an hour minimum is a propagandist? Yeah, because America is totally gorbing on to fucking, hey, you should really have healthcare and care about it. Nobody gives a shit about that. You know what's propaganda? When they start using Halo, Master Chief, and fucking Tropic Thunder to sell you a war. Okay, a war that's not benefiting you. The robber barons of the fucking oil trade and the fucking, well, no, the AI robber barons are going to go broke because, all the Middle East money that propped that bubble up. But I mean, I just need you to understand something when you're this fucking dumb. Dude, propaganda isn't telling you that you're worth more than fucking working a bunch of jobs only to Uber Eats later so you can maybe fucking give your kids egg a month. Like, that's not propaganda. That's saying, like, you're worth it. And I know Donald Trump has fucking hinged his career on telling you how stupid you are.
Educated, I love the poorly educated.
That's why.
The gas prices!
That's, here's the past year. Okay, this is the past year in fucking sound bites. I got to start with this one.
I moved on her like a bitch.
He moved on MAGA like a bitch. And then he told them.
Educated, I love the poorly educated.
And now they're saying.
The gas prices!
There is my audio summary of the past year. Of course, you must see the cliff notes. Don't forget the price of eggs. No, I don't forget. The pedo oligarchy. That's the new word. Spread it around. Share it with your friends. Call it to somebody in it, I'm broke as fuck. Eggs are $2 a dozen. Where do you live? In fucking West Kentucky? That's awesome. You understand. I can't understand the people who do this, because somebody was in my comments like, hey man, I'm paying under $2 in gas right now. Fuck you. What are you, in a lib city? And it's like, listen, moron. I know you think America is where you live and that's it. But you could just read anything and see that prices are going up everywhere for everything, because we've isolated our shithole fourth world nation of American capitalist pyramid scheme, pit oligarchy, and now we're fucked. You understand? So that's great that in bumfuck Western fucking Dakota or whatever, you're like, hey man, I'm still buying my eggs for $2.01. It's like, oh yeah? Have you heard about the fucking 1,000-year mortgage, or that homeowners are not buying until the age of 40, or fucking how is the Dow under 47,000? Like, have you not paid attention to anything outside your small little orbit where you go to work and come home and pray that fucking Donald Trump will fucking notice one of your tweets of bootlicking? Like, bud, there's a whole country here that's suffering. More than 60% of Americans are paycheck to paycheck. 1 in 5 children are going food insecure, which corporations deemed a new word because they didn't want to say starving, because they create so much excess but have to make scarcity that kids are fucking going hungry in our country. And you don't get to pretend like, shit's cool by me, dude, and just ignore America. And if you do, then just say, I'm a memosexual. I only care about me. You have to say that if you're going to do that. We understand. This is why these comments are important. I'm sorry, but if you're buying $2 dozen eggs and some bumfuck down, I doubt you care about the Dow. They only care about the Dow because, what's her name? Pam Blondie told them to. They don't genuinely care. They're like, hey man, the Dow's up. Even though Dr. Oz the day before said, you don't retire anymore. Don't you want to add $3 trillion to the economy? Dr. Oz literally said this. Trump's regime was like, hey, don't retire. Then why the fuck do we care about the Dow? Isn't that your retirement that fucking got grifted out of pensions and now has to perform in the stock market in hopes that we get to retire someday if Dr. Oz allows us? I don't believe PA is a red state. I don't. Listen. You got to remember. Sorry, I'm addressing the comments. Georgia, Pennsylvania, I don't believe any of these fucking places are red states. They were either gerrymandered or threatened last election. Look that up. At how many fucking purple states are truly not purple, but because of gerrymandering and because of fucking what happened last election. Just look this up. How many threats were called into these places? It was grifted, man. You think these people do anything on the up and up? This is where I just want people to follow along. If he's a criminal Here, I'll speak to MAGA. MAGA, you value marriage, right? Between a man and a woman. I don't want to fucking upset you. I don't want to send you to a safe space. Let's just keep it simple. You value marriage between a man and a woman, right? Okay. Donald Trump doesn't. He said, I do till death do me part, with 3 different wives, cheated on all of them, including Melania. He cheated on the first lady. He cheated on his Slovenian whore of a wife. I can't believe that anybody would think he means anything. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about divorces. I'm not talking about he was abusive and probably verbally abusive. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about he just went out and got some more ass. Like, was like, clearly doesn't respect fucking anything besides his own fucking, ego. And this is a dude that we're going to believe does anything on the up and up, and this is where, like, MAGA, you've really lost me, because he had a track record long before fucking 2015, long before his TV show of telling workers they're fired. That's what he did, right? That he was just a lying, grifting thief. I mean, there's tons of clips. You want to see how he's not a reader? Watch the clip where he does an interview, and they're like, what's your favorite book? And he's like, Tom Wolfe. They're like, oh, which one? He's like, Vanity of the Bonfires. And they're like, oh, so you read that? And he's like, no. They were like, what's your favorite author? And he goes, Tom Wolfe. They were like, so what book? And he goes, the latest one. They were like, Vanity of the Bonfires. And he's like, never read that. And he doesn't understand that's Tom Wolfe's latest book. And these people are like, oh God, we're dealing with a moron grifter. Like, there's a long history of this being so stupid. You seen that interview? Frankie Berry's back. Yeah. Okay. That's what I mean. It's like, it's funny. If you just, I don't know, you guys are on the internet. Just look around the internet. I know your safe space is Fox News. You can't go outside of that. But really, take the blinders off and just look at how long this dude's been fucking grifting his way into power. It's kind of sad. See, this is one of the people, Dennis, buddy. I'm going to put you in timeout. Come back tomorrow when you understand that people should despise Donald Trump. Everyone. He's done nothing in his life, in his entire life. He's not only done nothing, but the only thing he brings is pain and suffering. That's how he gets off. Read the Epstein files if you don't believe me. That's how he gets off. That's not a joke. That's in the Epstein files, if you know how to read. But those are the comments where, people are just past fucking having conversations and are just loyal to the bootlicking of Donald Trump's panties. They just want to fucking prove how awesome they are. And I don't believe those people really exist. Fox News rated the highest. You're making my point, man. You're making my point of why I play those clips, because they're selling you gossipy garbage. They're telling you it's like Donald Trump. Like, there's a thing in America where if you fucking talk down to people, there's a certain contingent of the fucking American public that thinks you're better than them because you talk down to them. This is how corporations operate. When they tell you, oh, we respect everybody as humans, but fucking you better listen to all our rules, and if you get out of line in 1 second, and those people fall in line. And that is truly not the American tradition. You understand that. The real American spirit is seeing a fucking tyrant and going, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. That's how we came to be. You know what I mean? And if you look at any of the revolts, resistance, or movements throughout history, it was that. That's the one thing that ties the American spirit together, is saying, fuck you to power. So all these bootlickers that come in here and like, isn't Fox News pretty popular? Yeah, why do you think? What do you think? Because they're fucking telling you bullshit. It's like The Sun or whatever those gossip magazines are on the news. It's not real. They're making fun of you to your face. They're like, hey, I'm the Better Homes and Garden heir, Jesse Waters. Better Homes and Garden heir. Never worked in a day in his life. The only thing he saw about a garden was in his fucking parents' magazine. And that dude with his hoity-toity attitude is telling you what the working man needs. You understand? It's a fucking poison. And people just keep consuming it, and there's nowhere else to go. That's why I do this, because I need you to understand. That's why I play Fox News.
The gas prices!
They're making fun of you. The maggots, M-A-G-A-T-S, who for almost a year were bragging about 14 cents off gas. Again, the dumbest fucking brag ever. Now Fox News has people on who are mocking you.
The gas prices!
They're mocking you to your face, and you'll fall in line. Hi, what's up? Work, see me? How are you? His favorite author is like never before. Beautiful, biggest, strongest. Well, that's the other thing about Donald Trump. Anybody who always says, everybody's saying it, I'm the beautifulest, biggest, best president ever. All the doctors, you know, they always say 4 out of 5 doctors recommend toothpaste, but I got the 5th doctor to recommend me. Like anybody who says that, aren't you a bit? I would like to think Americans have more of a inkling suspicion of people who are like 5 out of 5 fucking doctors recommend me for your health. And wouldn't be like, that's why PR campaigns had to do 4 out of 5. Because they were like, if we said 5 out of 5, they'd know we were paying them all. You know, like they even relented to the fact that Americans are gonna be a little suspicious. And Donald Trump's the only person in this fucking country who's been like, everything's always awesome. I am always the best. I've never made a mistake. Yes, people that work for me, I didn't bring the best sometimes and they made a mistake, but I have always been perfect. And people are like, of course, sir. Like, where does that exist? That's my thesis. Where does that exist besides with Kim Un Jong or whatever, Il Kim I don't fucking know at this point. My brain's cooked. My brain's cooked. Where is it? Where is it? Joe, tell me. Joe, tell me my brain is cooked, please, because I'm feeling it, buddy. Oh, I'm feeling it. These fucking people, dude. Where is it?
Your brain's cooked.
Thank you.
Do you think we're babies?
Yes, most of them do think you're babies, Joe. Why don't you read some of that poetry for me?
Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? And Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
The gas prices!
That's not in there, Joe. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I said, well, let's
Kim
see how we
Jong-un,
say
thank you.
that. I said, I'm Minifin.
That's the guy who's never done anything wrong. He can't say acetaminophen. Kim Jong-un, that's right. Why do you think he worships those people? It's so funny, man. Yeah, that's my thesis. My whole thesis on America right now is who the fuck in the entirety of civilization has ever been right on everything? Because, you know, Donald Trump claims to have been right on no matter what he does. He's never been wrong. He can't be challenged. Just go listen to his press conferences. I'm not working because my lungs are bad. I was working until I was hospitalized. I started working at 12 years old at horse stables, and I shoveled snow in elementary school, so stop. Why? Who's saying something, Tammy? Because here's the thing. Nobody should be judged upon their work. Your work isn't your worth. And this is where MAGA thinks this is the catch-all for them. They're like, well, what do you do for work? You don't work hard enough. Able-bodied fucking people. That's their little, glitch in the matrix, they think. But you can dissolve that real quick by saying nobody fucking dies and says, I wish I worked more. Nobody puts on their gravestone, fucking worked for fucking P90X in the 90s, then Billy's Ty Bo fucking hired me. Like, that's not what you're fucking doing. Have you ever read an obituary? Are they like, hey, he was a very good CEO and amazing? No. Father, brother, son, husband, whatever the fuck it is. So this whole work your worth thing is just bullshit, especially in a fucking triple earner economy where both parents need fucking 3 jobs so they can rent a place with roommates. It's a fucking trap. That's what that is. So don't even engage with it. Just be like, you know what? What do you fucking do? What are you, the president of Earth? Because that's the only thing I respect. Are you the president of Earth like Donald Trump? He's president of Venezuela. He's the Ayatollah. He's the president of Cuba. He's the president of America. It's like, it's a fucking nothingness. That's what they're saying. They're saying, I don't know how to judge you, so what do you do for work? And they want people to give their fucking resume. But here's the thing. I don't give a shit if you're able-bodied. You shouldn't go without shelter, food, or fucking healthcare. And people in America think that's radical. We have all the fucking resources, all the war stuff. We have all the money. We're the richest fucking nation. And I say you shouldn't go without food, shelter, or healthcare. And people are like, ah, goddamn woke radical people want me to live. This is how bad people have been propagandized in America. You can't say food, shelter, and healthcare should just be guaranteed. In a land where go to Walmart, see how much food they're throwing away. Go to any of your fast food places, see how much they throw away. Just go to Reddit. You'll see pictures. In a land where we're going to have a trillionaire South African immigrant who fucking's dad banged his stepsister, so he has a dad-shaped hole in his heart, Elon Musk. That's a true story. Go look it up. I bring it up almost every day because he needs to be reminded of why he's such a pathetic husk of a fucking human. We're going to have a trillionaire, but the issue is people wanting to not die. Right. This is what I mean. This is propaganda. So anybody ever says that, fuck that noise. Frankie Berry, my middle-class grandmother who has a PhD is struggling for the first time ever. I'm not new poor, so I'm okay. I'm not new poor. That's another very American word that I think Frankie Berry just created. Oh, thank you for that, Frankie Berry. Oh my God. Please hit subscribe and the notification bell because that was a gem. So, what you're going to be hearing in the next few decades is I'm not new poor, so we're getting by. This tent city we built with with the plants from the birds we fucking found and gutted them for the seeds. I'm not new poor, so I know how this goes. I had oh my God, it's sad, but that you're going to hear that a lot. I'm calling my shot now, unless you guys want to do something about people who have all the money and the power. That's what I'm trying to get across. These people who are going to fucking 2 different jobs and saying like, hey, everything's cool by me. Or they bought their parents' home, or they just haven't fucking felt the pain of what we're all going through. All of America's going through. They're like, not me. My little bubble is perfect right now. Oh, you think you're immune to it because of the color of your skin? Because Donald Trump fucking allegedly promised you that? Well, even the twatsies are backing out from that, like Nick Fuentes, that piece of shit. But just don't worry. You're going to hear a lot. I'm not new poor. We're old poor. You know how they would say, like, we got old money? Yeah, you're going to hear we've got old poverty in the family. That's what's coming down the line. I'm barely surviving, and I wish I never had any of this. It's so disgusting. 100%. Everybody's barely surviving. I prefer old poverty. I come from old poverty. Oh, it's a sick joke on the working man and woman and the working they and them. All the working people, the working class. Oh, God. Well, and that's the other thing, Tammy. If you have kids or just know that kids exist, it should be sickening to you. And this is really what fucking chaps my hide about MAGA. They went on this long fucking QAnon fucking journey of like protecting the children. But when you're like, hey, there's 1 in 5 kids going hungry in America, should we just, make sure they have food? Give them EBT, give them SNAP, just fully funded. Who gives a shit? Gummy bears, soda, I don't give a fuck. Like, just make sure they're not hungry because protect the children, right, MAGA? And they're like, no. Those kids can get jobs. And you're like, what the fuck, man? It's a sad case, but this is why I'm here, because I'm going to be a vocal fucking opponent to all those people that say, I pretend about caring for the kids, but, if they're starving, I don't give a shit. It's fucking pathetic, man. And all we have to do, there's really a simple fix. We just tax billionaires. It would generate billions. You know how that works? It would generate, if you tax billionaires at 100%, none of this, weak, moderate Bernie Sanders 5%. I appreciate the novel idea, Bernie, but we should just, go full bore on these clowns. And forever, the first article that we read that says, oh, if you tax us, we're leaving. We seize their assets and we exile them to Jeff Epstein's island. But, that's just my opinion. I'm sure the people will be sedated to voting in elections to fix the system that proved corruptible. I still don't get how that works. It's like, again, it always reminds me of when the police investigate the police. There's never very many charges, but anyways. Beanie vibes? Oh, you got to go to Tim Pool's thing? Let them leave. Let them leave. Yeah, listen, some of these maggots, M-A-G-A-T-S, they need a safe space. Donald Trump has coddled them. This is what she's talking about. Donald Trump was racist in overtly, abruptly, fucking pathetic ways, right? In a way that they hadn't seen unless their grandparents told them about it. You know, their grandparents were like, there was one time I went to a protest. Yeah, this little kid wanted to go to school. They wanted to drink at our fountains, you know, like, and they were like, oh, stories of old, you know? And then Donald Trump just came out and was like, oh, I'm a racist piece of shit, man. I got you covered. I ain't learning your language. Anybody that's brown's gonna get locked up, you know, like, and he just embodied what they wish they could do. This is why you see the outbreak of Twatsyism right now. You know, this is exactly it. Like, no joke. Look at the fucking imagery they're selling you. Look at the tattoos on keg pizzas or whatever. Like, it is very much fucking, I mean, just read the Jeffrey Epstein emails about eugenics and shit. You know, that's it. That's it. That's it. You'll see what it is. You'll see what it is. But some of these maggots, M-A-G-A-T-S, they just need a safe space. That's where they operate. Nothing can threaten them. Nothing can be different from what they think. And they need to be coddled. And Donald Trump does that. You know, he dog whistles directly at them. Everything you don't like is fake news. It's uninformation. It's not real. And everything that threatens you is real. And I got to move on it, you know? It's kind of pathetic. Twatsies. Use it. Use it. Use it. Use it. Hold on. Where? I might even have the... Ooh, I wanted to show you this, if you didn't see this. Torpedoes must be the only pedos the government are willing to fire. And somebody in the comments said, and hire, so that's a good point. Sorry, I took a bad picture of it. Here is your president with a baseball cap on, which Fox News wouldn't show, and they played old footage because, I don't know. Again, I don't think the people of these coffins give a shit what you're wearing. I've never understood that, and I'm talking about like from a young age. I was scolded one time for not going to a funeral in a suit, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they don't give a fuck, you know. But the older generation, the boomers, were like, how disrespectful. I'm like, no, the disrespectful fucking thing is how you act here. You know, that's really, how fucking you act at the funeral, I would say, is more than how you dress. But again, America's all about the aesthetic. As long as it fucking looks nice, it doesn't matter how rotten to the core it is. And this is the problem. This is like the one thing, he's wearing a baseball cap where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. He's in the Epstein files. That's what, this news coverage should have been like, oh, and beware, and hopefully no children are attending this because there are serious allegations against the man wearing the white hat. That's how he's identified himself. He is in a white hat. Please keep your children away from him until we can vet these allegations and have an investigation. You know, like that's the news. That's how news should be reporting things. I'm sorry. They shouldn't be like, oh, let's hide that he wore a hat. Who gives a fuck about the hat? I'm like, listen, I know a lot of dead people, okay? Most of my family, most of my friends are gone. None of them give a fuck if I'm wearing a hat. Let me just tell you this. They don't fucking care, okay? God didn't fucking write in the Bible, and make sure when you honor the dead, have no hat on. This is made up bullshit. The real reporting is like Grand Pedo Ayatollah fucking attends soldiers fucking coming home ceremony. You know, that's what the reporting should be. Like, it's a disgrace that this guy has these allegations that have not been investigated because Cash App Patel was like, there's nothing to see here. And Pam Blondie was like, don't exist. It's a disgrace to have him. I would be more pissed if a fucking pedo came to my funeral than if everybody wore a hat. You can all wear hats. I'm on record. I don't give a shit. Wear the fanciest hat you got. You know what? That's how you can honor me. Wear a cowboy hat. Wear a fucking sombrero. Wear a Rasta hat. Wear a funny hat. Wear a with stupid hat. Don't wear a MAGA hat. wear a drug war veteran hat. I don't give a shit. The fact that the fucking news is like, oh man, he wore a hat. And it's like, dude, did you not fucking read? He was trying to bang a 13-year-old in 1985. What are you talking about? A hat? A hat? This is what I mean. This is why Fox News is popular, because they're like, my God, in such a civil society, we need to protect the president from being seen wearing a hat. Let's run old footage. And it's like, this is nothing civil. Nothing civil. The dude is so much in the Epstein files, people are calling it the Trump files. And nobody that represents law or order in this country will investigate him. And they're worried about a hat? Fucking, you got your priorities wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody feel me on that one? Because I really feel alone sometimes watching this news. Like, are we fucking kidding? We're doing the hat thing.
The gas prices!
That's what I feel like doing, everybody. The hat prices! The hat! Like, I don't know. I'd be more scared of his actions than anything he's wearing. Holy fuck. Oh, the channel. Here we go. The channel 5471. What do you do on your channel? Do you just talk about how awesome he is? Is that what you do? We got another maggot, M-A-G-A-T-S, who is like, you know what? My president can grab anybody by the pussy, and I'm going to support it, even if they're underage. Well, that's awesome. You should make a video. You should do a live stream where all you talk about is how much pussy you're grabbing, man. Really, that's what you should be doing. If you, and you need to also say, like, you don't want to protect any children, especially from this fucking queef in chief. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what you're saying, the channel. So I hope today you make a video where you talk about how awesome this fucking pussy grabber is and that he's safe around your kids any day because you don't give a fuck. Okay? Thank you for showing up. I know you need a safe space after that. Wait, what's going on? It's called sarcasm. Oh, unicorn mullet. Yeah, unicorn mullet's been here for a while. Nobody unicorn mullet. Listen, again, I'll say this a million times. We need a sarcasm font. I know it's like /S, but that's too, typey. That's too grammatic form. I just want a font. And here's the thing, guys. YouTube is like a quadrillion-dollar company. They could give us a fucking sarcasm font. This is what I mean. There's no free market in America. For all the libertarians that are out there that shouldn't exist, because if you work for a living and you're a libertarian, why do you want corporations to poison your water? That's all it is. They want you to work fucking 14 hours. They want to go back to the fucking 1800s, okay? That's a true libertarian. They're like, we want no market. No OSHA. We just want corporate towns. That's what libertarianism is. Oh my God. These people are fucking propagandized against their own will. Or, well, not against their own fucking interests. But I think YouTube has enough money to introduce a sarcasm font. And more importantly, these companies, if there was any true free market and competition, like I've always said, if there was some kind of YouTube competitor, please don't talk about like Rumble or any of that shit. All those, there's a bunch of right-wing competitors. There's a bunch of like hard right competitors. And then there's like easy right fucking mainstream fucking shit. That's all this is. There's nothing leftist. There's no free market, because if there was, these institutional fucking corporations would have to innovate. And we don't get that. What do you get? A new charger every year on an iPhone? Oh, awesome. Awesome. How's your electric cars doing? Well, go look into China. I mean, I don't know. I don't know at this point. Remember, if Epstein was a cannibal, what did Trump do for Epstein to call him a monster? Yeah. Yeah, Trump tried to, I don't know if somebody's saying like, oh, something about the files. It's like, not only Trump tried to hide the files, Trump is hiding them. Right now, this regime is breaking the law. This is why I don't understand when people are like law and order. I'm like, that only exists for people who don't have enough money. That's it. The justice system only exists to oppress fucking working people, to keep them going to work. There's no law and order. The regime is breaking their own law that they signed into law by not releasing the other 6 million. Who knows? There could be 1 trillion more files. And we know this because of what I talked about today with fucking Donald Trump hiding these allegations, calling them, without evidence, though there is evidence. And the FBI wanted to talk to this lady 4 times, and then she was like, well, what's the point? I mean, this is an insanity. Oh, but I'm exhausted. All right, guys. Let's see what we got here. I'm tired of being tired. Thank you, Bunkbed Coffin. I hope you've hit subscribe. I hope you hit subscribe. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And we got a lot of work to do. No war but class war. Lemony, fresh pine. 100%. 100%. And if you understand that, hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Tomorrow. Guilty until proven innocent. Well, not when there's no investigations or nothing planning to find out if they're guilty or innocent. But if you're going to complain about that, then you should really complain about how they made Luigi guilty and trying to prove him innocent. There's no war but class war. Sardion, Dusty, Sunshine Lacrosse. This is Bunkbed Coffin. Link in the description. Check them out. Go subscribe. Yeah, the full force of the government tried to prove Luigi guilty before innocent. Did not respect his rights and violated them. That's why things are getting thrown out. Love the beanie. Oh, thank you. If you're working class, then you're guilty until proven innocent. Yes. I ride 80 miles a day and I look like I'm 12. Well, unicorn mullet, then be careful of this Pete oligarchy. Deity of win. I voted for Kamala because I knew all this would happen if Trump got back in. Yeah, or you could just say, I didn't want to vote for the pervert. It's funny that that's not a line Americans draw. They're like, the guy with all them allegations, wanting to bang his daughter. All right, that's my family values guy. I keep it real simple. I'm like, has he kids? Yeah? Okay, not for me, not for me, not for me. I know, that's crazy. I draw crazy lines. Charlie Kirk was a horrible human. Horrible. Here's hold on. I gotta. All right, this song's wrapping up. I got to die to fentanyl. Thank you, Sardion. You reminded me. Charlie Kirk died of fentanyl. United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson died of fentanyl. And until I see the toxicology, that's just what I'm going with, okay? If they want to show me toxicology reports, all right, I submit. Maybe they died of something else, but as far as I know, it looked like a fentanyl overdose. Let me be very clear on something, only because I keep it very simple. When Charlie Kirk said he was a racist out loud, and I know it was a little tricky because he said, if I see a black person, I'm going to think they're unqualified. And a lot of Americans have been propagandized to think, oh, he's just, I don't know what the fuck they thought. I really can't. Because I heard that and went, oh, racist piece of shit. What he's saying is the definition of racism. Saying, I see someone of a different color and think they are not worthy of that position because of what they look like. Racism. That's just clear, blunt racism. So after that, I go, this guy's full of shit. And he's grifting people. So he's not good. I don't give a fuck. Here's the thing with me. And I just need to be very clear with this. If somebody is just a full-blown racist, and someone says, well, they were calling out the files, which he didn't either. In fact, I joked about this earlier. Charlie Kirk was the one who said, I'm going to trust my friends in the government. The ball's in their hand. That was his quote. The ball's not in their court. He said, in their hand. Again, fucking loser. But I need to make this very clear for people. You need to understand that when we talk about this piece of shit who lost the gun debate by a long shot and died of a fentanyl overdose, unless they want to show me the toxicology reports, and I'm glad this plate fucking didn't go up in Arizona. You need to understand that, like, the racists, the people who want to oppress, who support oppressive regimes, are not going to be your friend. They're not here. You are just the next fucking pawn for them to oppress. Their whole existence exists to fucking step on people. So when you see racists, unless they're in reform and trying to do better and proving that with their actions, not their words, these people are parasitic. Charlie Kirk was a parasite. He made fucking money going to college campuses debating freshmen. I want you to really think about that. A grown-ass man showing off his intellectual prowess by debating the newest non-high school kids. You know what I mean? Like, he's a fucking moron. But bigger than that is he tricked the world into thinking he's not racist and he stands for family values, where he was an absolute piece of shit racist. There's nothing else to be said about this dude besides he's a piece of shit racist. He didn't call out the Epstein files, and he's a garbage fucking human being. He was an absolute garbage man. Not garbage man. Garbage bin. Sorry. My apologies. Garbage men are much more valuable, especially to society, than this absolute rubbish. So I need people to understand that, because you don't flirt with fucking racists. You know, like, hey, well, you know, they hate anybody that's not their color, but they're doing some good over here. Like, that's not a compromise I'm ever willing to make. You know, and maybe it's people that don't have anybody of color in their family. Maybe it's people that don't know anybody of color, so it doesn't directly impact them. But I guarantee you, as soon as you have a loved one who might not be the same melatonin color as you, and you hear that shit, you go, all right, fuck you saying about my family? You know what I mean? And I just want you to think about that pilot that he was talking about, who has a family, and how acceptable that just is, that Charlie Kirk, some fucking no-name fucking loser who did nothing besides sniff Trump's panties and start a podcast. Tell me what else he did. He did nothing. He talked. That's it. And because he was willing to be Donald Trump's pet fucking lap rat, you know, he got as far as he did. That's it. And his whole fucking career was contingent on fucking sniffing Trump's panties. Letting Trump move on him like a bitch and grab him by the nussy. You know what I mean? That's it. That's fucking it. That's how simple this dude is. And the fact that America has gotten into this debate, well, he could kind of be a good person. And listen, this is fine if you don't think about it like this, but this is why I'm here to fucking implicitly teach you this, that no, these people that are hearkening to the old of like, the civil rights bill shouldn't have been a thing, are a fucking parasite on our society. And just because you don't hear it affecting you, you know, if the Civil Rights Act didn't affect you, you should understand that it doesn't stop there. It doesn't. They're going to keep going once they get their way. Oh, you think that this greed, fucking rotten soul just ends at fucking, you know, certain things? It doesn't. And this is so fucking vital for people to understand, because I'm so fucking sick of playing fucking with kid gloves with these people who are like, well, I think Charlie Kirk was actually, you know, he was doing some good. What? Again, everything people tell me is like, it's either not true or they don't understand what the fuck they're talking about. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to get fucking people to wake the fuck up. That you can't say, oh, a guy with a different color skin than me is clearly not qualified, and not be a racist piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's the definition. You know what I'll support putting this fucking photo next to? In Merriam-Webster's, where it says racism. You just put a fucking picture of him and put all his quotes right there. Civil Rights Act, black pilot, you know, just put all his quotes. And you'd be like, all right, kids, see, this is what we don't want. We worked real fucking hard to get here. You know, my family members died to fucking get us here, okay? Have you noticed? Have you ever noticed how many cuts are Kirk's or Shapino's videos when they debate kids? Oh, Lemony, I really like you. Hold on, this cat is not gonna let me fucking. Hold on. Okay, kitty. Come on, meow. Come on. You jerk. Hey, I love you, but you know sometimes you are too bossy. Sorry. This. Who's that? Frankie Berry Kitty wants to say their piece. Yes, this goddamn cat. And the dog's like, go ahead, say something. Don't mess with her. You know she'll you up. Kitty triggered my puppy. Yeah, Kitty triggered my puppy too. Hi. Yes, you're a good girl. Yes. Leave the kitty alone. You want to sit in my lap too? Okay, everybody's see, this is what I mean. I do the live for too long, and then everybody's sitting in my lap. There's a cat here, a dog here, everybody. My God. Hi, I know. You said don't let the cat do it. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, put him next to the definition of racism, right? Yes, I love you. I know. My shepherd is watching. Oh, I love. Is that a German shepherd? That's my favorite. That's what we had. My dog is currently rolling around on the floor like a wild man. It's comrade dog. Yes, you're a socialist, right? Because you don't work. Look at that. All these people that hate socialism, but are you sending your pet to work? Or you're just feeding them for free? Hypocrites. You were telling everyone to follow me so I could get 50 followers. What do you do? Hold on, let me check you out. Jump down. Don't mess with the cat. Where you at, Lemony? Lemony, hold on. Fresh Pine. I just gotta, I'm not against helping anybody out. This is the difference between like when I will watch these YouTube channels with like 1 million followers or 100,000. They'd be like, oh, I can't talk about anybody. I hate that shit. I'll never do that. But the only thing I am very conscious of is like, you know, if any of your, I don't think it is. Oh, you're a mean, loud communist? Oh, then go follow him. I'm trying to find it right now. I'm a mean, loud communist. Say no more, comrade. Oh, here you are. 39 subscribers. Let's check it out. Oh, where's the volume?
Commenting on the videos that it shows me. You keep trying to fucking red pill, fucking anti-woke, stupid ass bullshit. And then I comment that they're cucks and I'm in trouble for it. Yet you're literally posting people that are absolute fucking Nazis. This.
Yes. All right. Say no more, Lemony Fresh. Go subscribe to Lemony Fresh. She's in the comments. That's my only thing. You know, I have a certain line. Well, you guys have been here long enough. You understand that I have a certain line. Me and Comrade Cat have a certain line that we don't cross. If you with kids, if you're a racist, transphobic, homophobic, misogynist, I won't fuck with none of that. That's like that's my little boundary. You know what I mean? It's just my little ethical morality that I've drawn in life, where there are people that I truly love and cherish, and if you say I'm going to take their rights away or think they're less of a human, that's where I get offended. I personally fucking get upset for the people I love, and most of the people I love don't even have to be friends or family, but they could just be neighbors or fucking people that exist in the world. And that shit really bugs me because those people turn around and go, land of the free, don't tread on me. And I go, well, you certainly sound like you want to tread on someone. So I support Lemony Fresh Pine, especially because, and that's the other thing that, you know, is a telltale sign. If you could just jump out and be like, oh, I'm a loud, mad communist, I go, okay. Because most of America, you say communist and their butthole puckers up and they get very scared and they're like, you know. But so awesome. And I'll watch some of your videos later because we need this community. This community is so important. Okay. You got a Jack Russell? Oh my God. Those are a lot of energy, right? And I have cat hair all over my nose. I'm so sorry. This little fur bucket. Comrade Cat is Smug Cat, right? You just say, I'm not going to let you go until you get off here. And I could just lay on your shoulder. Hi. He's such a good cat. This cat is so weird. All these cats are just so weird. They just want to be held. That's it. Wait a minute. You have a, hold on. Where did that go? My dog is a tiny shepherd, runt, theta, and we have Gemma, who's a abused black lab, Calahula leopard. Oh my God, that's wild. Dylan loves Posh, good to see you. Sub Lemonade, there we go, solidarity. And that's the other thing, really. Comrade Cat is the best cat, of course. Thank you, Deity of Wind. Sardion. And is Dusty still here? Say hi to Dusty and Sardion. Oh. Okay. It just wants to lay. This is all it wants to do. It does. It sees right into your soul. That's awesome. So hopefully, Lemony, we'll get you past 50, man. Listen, I know... Listen, I know how hard the YouTube struggle is, and there's not an algorithm for people like us. That's why it's very important we form community. Oh shit, I got an appointment soon. Speaking of organizing, I gotta go do something. But I love you guys. Check out Lemony, and hopefully you guys sub to me too. I'm better at telling other people's channels to get sub to than I am mine. So I appreciate it, and keep chugging, man. Don't let anybody stop because you're. Stephenson, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you, comrade. Lemony, it's a tough road to hoe, but listen, the benefits are so massive and important to the future, the new woke order. So love you guys. Good to see everybody. I don't think I'm going to go live later tonight, but you never know. That's why I say hit the notification bell. All right, peace.